Well, hello everybody. 'Tis that time again where we partake of Dungeons and Dragons. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this pseudo podcast. We're gonna get this bad boy started in like 2 minutes or less. Of episode 48 of The Fallen. Right, let's get this bad boy started, shall we? We shall. But I guess we'll wait for this ad break. Okay, the ad break timer is really weird. But it's something I just implemented to prevent pre-rolls, so fingers crossed. All right, ad break should be done. Let's get this bad boy started, shall we? After we help this person with tech issues.
Oh,
Did you get the
D&D.
OBS update?
Which one?
There was like 3 this past week.
Oh, no. But my OBS works, so that's what I'm using.
All I know is that I want to kill the Discord for the enshittification process going on with it.
Oh, you mean for their mobile app?
Yes.
It doesn't affect me most of the time because, I'm not there.
I dislike
So,
it greatly.
I do too. Don't get me
who
wrong.
would like to do recap?
I'm
Yeah,
busy
but
trying to.
didn't you need to get one of the
Inspiration point.
an inspiration. You got to do it.
I am probably going to need help as we get to the end. However, I'm more than happy to start it off. So, more or less, Marge was not Marge. Chimera was guiding us our way into the palace where we had left off from last week. And so, in that sort of walk up to the palace, we were having a variety of very interesting conversations that definitely are making Tamara question herself. From like, I just didn't remember conversation between Chaw and myself and one other discussing violence and like torture.
Oh, right. Yep.
Um, I recall that we were having a variety of conversations, most of which are now escaping me. But that's okay. Oh yes, we were talking about what we were planning on asking the lady in charge.
Very.
We were trying to tell Dear Kozak without telling Dear Kozak in so many words. Maybe let's not bring up Our Lady of Air and Darkness in front of her. It might not go the way that we think it will.
Maybe
Which
it'll
he
help.
Especially
didn't.
if we say to
Amazingly.
the class. Especially if we say to the class, like, okay, so like what if we were like, I don't know, planning on breaking her out of her current imprisonment?
That Lady Miriam may or may not have actually done. The first
Yeah.
place.
Let's just gonna keep our mouth shut on that, right, Kozak? And I don't Kozak got it at first. But I don't. So from there, we actually got inside of the building. And that meant we went into first a giant waiting hall.
Oh, right.
Very pretty. We had a character come in who was very shy, nervous. He was there to play the piano. However, Chaw had been playing at first. And then a more stately, regal character comes in to like tell him off, like, okay, like you're not gonna live through this environment if this is how you're acting, young staffer. Just go back to playing your music.
He enjoyed
That's the
them.
vibe that Neovar
Jimmy
got.
Buffett. It's Jimmy Buffett the
Mhm.
Sprite.
Right. He's not gonna last his way to Margaritaville if this is how he treats guests. So then we encountered the hallway of distressing individuals. Pickle Rick's in there. He's
Pickle Rick
commented upon and
destroyed
he
my soul.
flees.
It's great.
Mhm. It was a little bit of a maze. We were told not to interact with the people that were there.
Which we promptly did.
And
We
of
did
course
pass
we
a couple
promptly did.
people up. Passed a couple
We did.
people up.
We didn't talk to everyone, and I think we should be commended for that fact. We didn't. We also didn't steal anything. Number one, and we didn't break anything. Number two, how great of us.
We were impressive.
No murder hoboing occurred here. So we got into the. I believe this was the actual audience chamber. Wherein my computer immediately decided to shit the bed and not load anything.
Oh yeah, it was great.
So from there, actually no, it had already shit the bed. It shit the bed as soon as we got to the Jimmy Buffett the piano. And I'm finding
Okay,
this out by looking back at my chat log with Gavin.
Oh,
So
hey, look,
once
it's
we
shit
were
the bed for
inside,
me
though-
now.
Oh, cool. You don't see it at all?
Now I can see the her horrifying outline.
The characters.
Yeah, and it looks like we're in the void.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. So, and then we had Lady Miriam showed up, her daughter was there, and one other person whose name I'm currently forgetting came into the room. Actually, no, that's the butler guy. It was Lady Miriam and her daughter.
Rosa.
Oh crap! I lost you guys.
Rosa.
Shoot.
Lady Miriam started her
Uh-oh.
conversation with us.
Playing
We
with
were
my-
just sort of
Sound, and I just lost everyone.
we were starting to have the conversation, and then Rosa dipped out of the room. And I'm struggling to remember the
Hey,
details
what
of the
just
actual
happened?
conversation with Lady Angela.
I have a few notes. I can I'll go for a minute here and see what we get. So, excuse me. We relate our concerns and requests to Lady Miriam and ask for her help to discover Marn, the young dragon, and the secrets of the cosmic threats we've come to be aware of. With a gesture, the lady transports or transfigures the throne room, and we find ourselves in a more fitting,
Quiet now.
Baroque, and crystalline throne room. She explains her position on the Fae courts and neutrality, and how she rejected the position of great power. The queen herself had a beautiful form. I guess that's the queen of air and darkness, you know, the big queen. Had a beautiful form that was stripped from her against her will. The black diamond is very powerful, and not evil in and of itself, but evil may be the hand that wields it. She is unaware of the ultimate goal of the Dark Queen. The lady expresses her desire to have us as agents to seek out more news from the conflict between the fairy kingdoms. She proposes a quid pro quo to spy for her, and she'll maybe help answer our questions. She seems to know nothing of Marn, nor of the moon ships that seem to fly over pretty frequently. Lady Miriam suggests a plan to ambush the Marn entity and produces a magic coin. I guess that's as far as I got too. Okay. I thought I was advancing the story, but I was just adding detail, I guess.
Oh, necessary details. We may or may not have found
I
our
muted myself.
party name, which Kozik might have said, which is a Fell Company.
The Fell Company.
Yes,
And my favorite
the Fell
Kozik line
Company.
from last time was, "Dwarves love smooth jazz."
That must be when we were listening to the piano and stuff.
Yes.
She did. The Queen of Air and Darkness did barter with us and took pretty much what seems to be our two most powerful magic items from us in exchange for all of her help. Which
Right.
included the coin or the piece of metal that Chaw's ring had been turned into, and our magic anomaly deflecting rod once we've used it to defeat Marn.
That's the inspiration.
And she did not seem to know anything about Gravel, that cloud-like entity that Zed and I have seen in our visions.
Mhm.
Opal. Opal.
And she put a crystal up to Zed's forehead to trap Marn once he psychically attacks him again somehow. We'll be able to mark him so that he can be found. And it seemed like she wanted a piece of Little One's scales
Scales.
to help scry and find him. And it seemed like he might be in a different place than wherever Marn is.
The session ended, I believe, on a lull in the conversation with the lady Miriam, such that like it was a natural stopping point, and also I think you were perhaps preparing to. But I could be wrong.
We were suddenly outside of the throne room again.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like we're here in the Great Hall again with the. I have them written down as these two ladies as ethereal perfect tens.
Oh no.
Ha, 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 ha.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Guess it all depends on what your definition of a 10 is.
Well,
See,
in the
I'll
broader
be.
sense.
I'm seeing space Hatsune. I'm seeing fairy Hatsune Miku, and I'm seeing fairy Gumi Vocaloid.
I see.
Right, let me switch the.
How's Hatsune Miku doing these days? What's she up to?
I actually don't follow it. However, I recognize Hatsune Miku too easily. And the blue with the headphone looking thing, or that's the crown around her head. I'm sorry, I just see it.
There we go.
It's the same shade of blue hair.
I can show them the image.
Give this woman a leap.
She wants a rod instead of a microphone. Appropriate.
There you go.
Give the art for Rosa.
They had some sort of secret convo as well that we weren't really privy to, but they had some sort of something was going on between them.
Oh, between Rosa and Miriam.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Uh,
Rose is like, Mom, I have other business to attend to. Let me leave. I don't need to be here for this.
she was very
Was the
happy to
vibe
get a hold of that
I remember.
that coin.
All right. Gotta go to actor. Well, feel free to give yourself that inspiration.
All right.
I think that means we all have one now. If we wanted to trade those in for some boon.
Nope. Opal
Uh-huh.
doesn't have one.
No, I did. Yeah. I actually don't
Oh,
see
okay.
Opal's character sheet.
Ah, I see.
I also don't see Sari's character sheet. I only see
I've never seen
There's Opal.
Qatari's. It's a good question. I
Oh.
see
You can pop up
opals.
other
Sure.
people's character sheets to look at them.
Wait, you should be able
Yeah.
to. Shouldn't you be able to open
There
up?
you
my
are.
There she
character
is.
sheet?
Oh, just appeared.
Fixed.
So
That's a cool picture.
Isn't that cool? Cubed made that for me.
Yep.
Ah,
Opal's missing inspiration still.
I mean, you don't
next week is
necessarily have
Gavin's
to
turn to
turn
share
it
with the
in.
class.
I'm just saying, you could use that inspiration to succeed on checks. All that juicy lore you could be missing out on because you're holding on to an inspiration.
Hmm.
Anyway, you are all back in the meeting chamber. You recall she essentially just snapped her fingers and you guys were in the throne room, and then she snapped her fingers after, you know, the deals had been made and agreements reached, and you are back in this very large and very regal, but it's not nearly as uh opulent as the throne room. And they're just kind of standing there. Well, actually, Rosa, gonna pop that door open and nod and bow, because she does, you know, have that piece of metal, that the metal and the rod. So she's kind of seems like she's tucking them away, wrapping them and tucking them away in like a piece of cloth. Very nice cloth.
We
Oh
were
wait,
agreed. It
we
was
were
agreed
giving
that we
away
could
the
keep
rod.
the.
I thought
it
we'd
was-
keep it the rod until after we were done with Marn because we needed it to go back into the
Right.
temple.
It was the ring, just the ring. Sorry. So my notes on that one.
Cha watches her tuck it away and narrows his eyes.
Not the rod. Okay. Oop, I put the wrong note down.
Niavara also doesn't necessarily like it, considering that she actually never. I don't think it was completely determined what it was in full, and all the things that it could be used for.
And she's basically gonna go that way,
And she
so I'll
just
just
doesn't like
put her GM layer.
authority figures. But like can't stop her. This is what we agreed on.
So, is there any other deals or requests needed? And this is Miriam just kind of looking at the party.
Hmm. Your Excellency, it seems that you've been more than generous to us.
Well, of course she is. She's Miriam herself. You wouldn't expect a lady of her kind of class to not be generous. I swears, new peoples to this city.
Well, all right. I'm just being polite, sir or madam.
That's madam to you, don't you forget.
Hmm.
Cha leans over to Niavara. Says, starting to understand why you want to get the fuck out of this reality.
Yes, hardly could believe I come from here. She'll whisper back.
Is there anything else we can do for you?
Oh, I think you've taken enough from us. Have a good day.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course.
Sorry, Opal. Did either of you have particular requests?
No, I think we've got what we need or what we're gonna get.
Nothing about your personal journeys? Like, I know that I don't think that the Lady Miriam could possibly help what I'm dealing with. However, you came to
Well,
the Fairylands for some reason.
Are we speaking privately now? Or can she hear us?
Still in front of everybody.
Well then, I've got nothing to say right now.
Mm. Opal, my dear?
Okay, sorry. My out of character reason. My mic stopped working. Nothing I can think of now. I'm good to get back to what we were doing with you all.
Then I think we're done here. And she'll clap her fingers. Thank you so very much, Lady Miriam. And your not court. And of course for the great Lady Tamara for allowing us this opportunity to be hosted.
Yeah,
I
of course.
don't believe
I
we
know I'm real great.
occupy any more of the ladies' fair time. And she'll do a little curtsy and a bow.
Chaw's mouth has dropped during this incredibly out of character presentation of Niavara's. Kind of does the anime sort of having to use his finger to push his mouth back up into place.
Little does Cha know, the more respect she gives you with her lips, the less she actually respects a person.
Oh, I think he sees that and appreciates
that's
that little
obvious.
flavor. Just the actual presentation of a bow and of even a sarcastic tone of politeness is just baffling.
I mean, whenever she's displeased with any of you, she'll refer to you by Mr. last name. That's been a very consistent character detail. However, in this instance, she'll bow, curtsy, and turn her back to the lady to leave.
Shall we just show ourselves out then?
Well, I would escort you out. You're not sure if you know the way. Follow
Please
me.
do.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, I guess it's a good thing we moseying on out of here. Alright, boys, come on. House is not letting me.
As we wait.
I'm just gonna group my tokens together so I can move them as one.
The sharp click-clacking of Niavara's feet as she,
leaving.
like, very quickly, very shortly, irritably, heads herself out.
Far behind here. Oh, I just lost.
Chaw mirrors so that the irritated clacking of his boots and the swish of his tiefling tail backs out of this place.
I cannot find my icon. Where'd it go?
Right
Your
here.
icon
Oh,
has
did we
vanished.
swap rooms?
No,
Yeah, it's
her
swapped
icon's still there.
rooms. Oh, here it is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, everything just swapped. It's all right. My room swapped rooms. Okay.
Oh, I think when you type in chat, it'll zoom in on whoever typed.
Yeah. And she'll lean over to Cha and say, I hate fairies.
You know, I didn't quite understand why until today.
Irritating.
Capricious.
Not very-
Irritating.
Not very trustworthy
Self-
either, I don't think.
Righteous. I say this as a drow. We're meant to lie by culture. It is venerated in her honorableness. But at least I'm upfront about it. She presents herself as not a queen and yet acts the part of the Archfey perfectly.
Right. When I left
And
the
in her
Hells...
magnanimous...
Go ahead.
No, it's okay.
When I left the Hells, I thought I would find leaders that were magnanimous and righteous and not just self-serving and transactionary.
Exactly. I have to say, I'm feeling a bit used.
Hmm.
Disgusting. And they're going to
Frankly.
take my the
Ads in 1
rod,
minute.
my rod, and for what? So that we can do her bidding as spies.
Exactly. I didn't understand
the-
some of the decisions.
After the
That's why
favor
we
we
need
did
her.
in recovering those smokes, it seems quite strange she
mean-
would remove 2 objects that could help us further her aims as well. Not very intelligent.
I mean, we still have the
Frankly.
rod.
It's very
Thankfully.
weird to me personally to see
I
such
mean, we could say that we
level
lost
of
it.
honesty. Or well,
I don't understand, my brother Cha, why you'd give that, why you gave your ring to her.
Well, let's talk about it when we're out of this place.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
probably for the best.
How do we get out of here?
Echo!
You've gone the wrong way.
That's the wrong way, you
Sorry,
idiots.
Kozik, up
Over,
here.
over there, go that way. The pickle person moseys up to you as you're going down the other hallway.
My son, come here. Did you bring another fucking ball? I have
But
found 7 in my bed.
Brody has made his appearance in Alex's.
My son, come here. Ready? Come on.
So then I need to switch the scene back outside. And once you get to this room, Jimmy's still playing the piano,
Thank
playing
you,
his little
Jimmy.
heart out.
You're very dedicated to your craft.
Thanks, Jimmy. I hope you find a better employer soon.
Amen.
Yeah, Jimmy, you are so talented. You can totally do better than these squares.
Absolutely.
I heard multiple different names coming there.
Thanks. I think Lady Miriam's really cool. She's really great. You just got to just. And as some words are about to be spouted out, the butler just kind of turns his head and looks towards Jimmy, and Jimmy just really clams up immediately.
So Zed is standing pretty much like almost next to Jimmy. And I think Zed's going to intercept the glare from the butler. Just kind of almost like slide in front of it to where I'm assuming to the butler, he kind of comes into focus. And Zed's just got this look of just like, don't fuck with us.
Cha mirrors that.
Does he have like a big brandy snifter or anything on his piano?
Sure.
I don't know if they let him take tips here.
It's like a little cup there.
Cha did leave him a gold. I don't
That's
know if he
true.
took it though, but it would be hard for him to carry around since he is just a little sprite.
I'm going to put a silver piece in his glass there.
Could we get like a perfectly sealed hamster ball for Jimmy so that I can put him in my bag of
Oh
holding?
my god.
Oh,
Sorry gives him a piece of silver
Cute.
also.
You would run into the exact same problem as if you were to put him in a bag of holding without a hamster ball.
He's
But
he's
hey, if I perfectly, I mean, I'm not saying we're not going to keep him in there forever. I was saying
he's an
if I have a
autonomous
hamster ball, we could
he's
tuck
an
him in there.
autonomous, independent being. How dare
Jimmy-
you think of such a thing?
Jimmy, take your act out on the road, buddy. Get out of this stuffy place.
I'm not saying I would keep him in there forever. I'm not evil.
I think
I-
that you'd really be starting up a restaurant, Jimmy.
I mean, Lady Miriam, she's the one who actually found me out and about, and she really liked my music.
Oh,
That's wonderful. I'm
what
very
did she
happy.
demand of you for her favor to you? Hey,
Just that I enjoy playing music and keep doing what I enjoy doing.
In
Oh,
here where no
really?
one else can hear you, eh? Only Lady Miriam.
And where they insult you at every turn.
Only Lady
You-
Miriam and her guests. Nobody else gets to hear you, Jimmy. That just isn't right.
I mean, there's not a lot of places for a piano.
I bet there's room at the Lofty
Chubb, new
Highborn.
nightclub will have one.
Yeah,
That,
broadened your horizons, buddy.
maybe. Yeah.
I know.
There's probably room at the Lofty Highborn. We could put in a good word.
Very true. I was just about to mention that myself. There are several places across town that could use a piano player like you.
Or if that's not your scene, there's the Flaming Horse.
I'm laughing at the fact that we're in-game poaching talent.
Well, I do think it's funny that during the recap, you were like, we didn't stop and talk to everyone. We didn't do that. And we're literally stopping to talk to Jimmy and try and like
You're right.
convince him to leave his job.
Seems fair though.
No.
But she didn't really request anything of me. But I mean, everybody has a different story, and I mean, I'd only imagine that she would really only want to employ people that she figures are like worthy in a sense, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's true, as long as she is worthy as well.
I mean, she's always kept her word.
Well, that's great, Jimmy. I'm glad you've got a good relationship with her.
Yeah, keep it up, buddy. Let's get out of here.
Yes.
I need some fresh air.
Seen to the outside.
Could use a fresh dimension.
What? Do you guys not want to go back to that shady dungeon?
Oh, that would be actually a step up from this place.
You know, I would be inclined to agree with you.
Shaw drops the illusion of his of trying to appear like one of the noble types of this quarter. Just goes back to his regular all blacks.
You know, for a group of folks who are certainly not whispering amongst yourselves, it's real. You certainly is real judgy about the simple trade I don't understand.
Well, we're judgy
Feel free
about
to
you
enlighten.
too.
Oh, that's all right. It's a good thing. I honestly don't really care about what people think of me. It's part of my job.
Yeah, you're pretty judgy too. So why are you judging us for being judgy, eh?
Because it's a kink I have. You never noticed that?
Oh, we noticed it. I'm being sarcastic.
Oh, it also goes over my head, because I'm short.
If you didn't make that joke, I would have.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Shaw stretches. Well, I guess we just need to wait for Zed to be attacked by Marn. Wait for them to figure out where Little One is so we can go rescue him. What to do in the meantime? You want to go by the Adventurers Guild? Seemed like they might have something interesting going on.
Don't you have some flowers you gotta get for some lovely ladies? And then Tamara, as adorable as a kobold can be, blinks her eyes at you.
Yes, that's true. I should make up with Sarah.
I could cast what's it called? I
What's
could
up?
cast
boy?
Longstrider on you.
Hi.
Do you have Brody with you?
Yeah.
Okay, so keep an eye on him if you
I have to
don't
do since we
hesitate
got
to
at least
call me
mute
when it's
myself.
okay.
Got it. He's been pretty good. He's just laying down next to me.
You're so low in the mix there, Niavara.
All right, we have
Your
we have
vocal.
There's a convo going on, but yeah,
Oh,
I think we
that's
should
why.
definitely find some flowers
Yes. Also, Shaw.
and
If
see
you
what
I
want
the
thought
me
I'd
to-
flowers.
muted myself.
No, you
I am
didn't.
so sorry.
Shaw, if you want, I can cast Longstrider on you to make, well, getting to her faster.
Hey, that's a good idea. You guys go and play together. I'll go off and try to find Sarah.
A pinch of dirt and just tapping Cha on the shoulder, Opal will cast Longstrider. It'll last an hour, so make it worth it.
Sweet. So Cha already has 40 feet of movement per round, so he's going to just bound off and attempt to find the flower shop and or a flower shop or flowers, and go to where Tiffany had said she would be at this time of day.
After Cha just vanishes by running, Opal's just going to look at the rest of the party and just go, so what should we do while he handles that?
Other than plot, I don't know. Something very underdarkish.
Investigation.
So can we just so let's spell it out again. So we're waiting. We've got a trap set for Marn. And we just wait until he attacks Zed. Is that the plan?
If I remember.
Hello?
Phrase like that, it does sound a little silly. Zedrin? Any thoughts on so what are things that have been consistent in your psychic attacks from Marn?
Well, honestly, it's been weird because it's happened at different times, and once is when I was sleeping. Once I was wide awake, just walking downstairs at Lofty Highborn. It's all been almost completely different occasions.
Huh.
However, when we were in that ruins and we were coming across, the other scales and all that, I felt at one point that I heard Little One. So maybe that was just more tricks being played.
Perhaps, or perhaps it was. I mean, if Marn was in control of wherever he is, he might be using him to get to you. Well, I mean, not probably. That's almost assuredly a definite.
I don't
But
really
you don't
know
have
what to think about all this because they gave me this little gem crystal thing. Now that's swimming around in my head. And they said that they were going to find Little One. They said Little One's not in the same place as Marn. But I don't think they told us where Little One is.
Are we not going back to the dungeon?
I thought that's what we were thinking.
That's what I'm thinking.
No, I don't understand how going back to the dungeon's going to help us.
What we think might be happening is that could very well be a way. if I'm remembering correctly, a way to get the little one.
Right, well, there was also a door that Shaw said he saw some rune on.
What? No.
That's a
Sounded
great
like a,
noise. Love
sounded
that
like a
noise.
guitar fell over.
So is the idea then to we're after Marn and we're trying to find little one, but didn't Miriam say that? Didn't she give us a little information about little one? I can't remember. Hmm.
I don't think so.
I remember her only explicitly stating little one was not in the same place as Marn, but outside of that, I do not recall anything else.
That's right. That's right.
Right. That's right. So as we wait for Marn to attack, basically, we're still trying to find little one.
Which means going back to the dungeon. Which I mean, that's great. That's really interesting. That's I
But-
think the most I've been to my Pantheon in some time. Not going to lie. Freaky, certainly, but like fun.
Wait a minute.
Let's
Now,
start.
why is looking for little one mean we go back to the dungeon?
The dungeon had quite a few pieces of information about Little One, down to sort of business in the trading and experimenting on crystal dragons like him.
Oh,
So it might be that the door is actually connected to like where we might be able to find information about where they went to after exiting that place.
I see. Okay, I wasn't aware of the connection there. All right.
And now we, forewarned, are forearmed, and we can dominate that dungeon.
Yeah.
And-
Dominate.
That's the sound of
or-
a DM laughing.
Maybe
Yeah.
You
what
have
will end
nothing
up
to fear
happening
but fear
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah.
is
We
that
have
we'll end up
nothing to
being
fear,
completely
but it's
destroyed by the
creepy.
undead god there.
Just cast what was that spell you cast back then? Miava?
Turn undead. It's not a spell.
Oh, sorry. Out of player
I actually
knowledge.
think that,
not character
dear
knowledge.
sorry, you might actually have it yourself. Aren't you a paladin?
I am. Which spell are you talking about? I'm sorry, I didn't.
Paladins, I believe, like clerics, have channel divinity.
Yes, absolutely.
One of those base features is called Turn Undead. I believe that you just have it by raw.
I don't know if I've got that one. Turn undead.
It's not a spell. It's going to be in your class abilities.
Right.
It could just be that it's a cleric only, but I swear that I think paladins can get it too.
I think it's in there.
Paladins have something different.
Oh
it's got-
shit! They don't turn the
Channel
faithless.
divinity. I've got harness divine power and nature's wrath and turn the faithless, but I haven't got the one about the undead.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's a different kind of channeling divinity.
Very cool.
Well, surely your holy blade will smite any of these undead baddies that we come across.
Oh, I've got a thunderous smite just waiting for him. You don't worry about that. A thunderous smite.
Are you
And
talking
so-
about Thunder Thighs, Margaret?
No.
I
No.
am not, sir.
No.
She's on vacation.
That's madam.
We would not dare.
All right. I don't know why
Madam,
people keep calling me sir. I'm a lovely lady with the voice of an angel. All right.
Oh, forgive me, madam. I do apologize.
And then people wonder why we so sassy around here.
I'll just be honest. Any respect I give someone is typically an insult. However, that to the side.
Well, let's go to a nice restaurant while Chaw is gone.
Who wants to place
Treat
a bet on
ourselves.
whether Shaw
I gotta
fixes
say, I love this about you people. You're really down for a good meal. I'm right there with you.
I have a proposition for everybody. Who wants to place bets on whether Shaw fixes this or not?
See, I'm gonna go sneak and watch this.
Take
Good.
me with you.
Good luck keeping up with them.
No,
would
Hey,
be-
I'm
I
not gonna
have.
follow Cha. I'm just gonna go to where I think Sarah's gonna be and watch.
And I also have 3 more casts of personal spells.
Yes,
I actually
blow
think
through
that
all
would
of
actually be
them.
very funny. Does anyone else want to go to where Sarah's working so that we can watch this?
Oh, now
Yeah.
let's just leave them alone. Let's just leave
I'm
them
not
alone.
saying intervene. I'm
Come
saying
on.
watch.
I think if anybody did an insight check into whether Cha would absolutely approve, it would be a resounding affirmative.
Oh yeah?
Absolutely.
Okay then.
I want to be. I'll admit I'm a little nosy by nature.
Well, all right then. Let's
Laura,
go
I
watch.
have known you for all of like 3 days, and I've already figured this out about you.
So
Let's go
everybody
watch.
in the general vicinity can give me a little perception check.
Oh, you got a boss.
Can you tell me how to do that?
In your attributes page on your character sheet,
Yeah.
if you go down to perception and you click on the name, the title perception, you can
Yes.
click on it, and then it will pull up a roll page, and you can just
Highly
click
perceptive.
normally.
All right.
So Kozik, Opal, and Zed, you would all notice that there is a pretty sizable crocodile in the waters nearby.
Here, I don't know shit.
Oh, you don't notice it.
Could I perhaps?
And it
point
has
our-
like the most, I mean, despite the eyes on these creatures already being sideways, it's like even more like derpy.
Dirt. Wait, where's this crocodile coming from? What are we talking about here? I thought we were gonna go follow Cha and Sarah.
Well,
Where'd this crocodile
nobody's
come from?
moved from the spot yet. Still next
What's
to
in
the
the
But
castle.
we're standing next to the lake and we see a crocodile. Is that it? Or some people
Well,
see it? I don't.
some do.
Yeah, that's
okay.
right.
Question to you: do you potentially have a picture of this creature?
No, because
Aw, damn.
I couldn't get a crocodile with derpy eyes. It's really hard to figure that one out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like the crocodile from fuck, what's the word? Peter Pan.
Hmm. I would roll nature, but my nature is horrendous.
Chance it.
You know what? Opal what I'm specifically trying to figure out is Opal wants to potentially notice if there's anything wrong about this crocodile outside of its just weird eyes. What role would that be, and is it nature?
I mean, nature probably would be the best bet from
Well,
what
let's
you're
bet.
trying to ascertain.
Never mind.
Yep. Nope. So
Anyways, let's go be
Kozik,
nosy.
you can definitely hear it. It almost sounds like maybe it's gagging a little bit.
Gagging?
Like you know the sound like a cat makes when it's about to cough up a hairball.
Oh dear.
Oh. Who wants to approach the crocodile? You know, an animal that could bite you in
Does
two.
anyone point it out? Like, to the people of the class who can't see it?
Opal.
I
Oh,
just
wait.
didn't notice it at first. It's not like I can't see it now.
Opal would bring it to the attention of the other two. If nobody else does.
So,
It's just a little weird looking, don't you agree?
why is it coughing up a hairball?
I guess Zed will cast Mage Hand, and if Kozik lets us know that it's like sounds like it's choking on something, we'll just like pat it on the back with his Mage Hand just to see if that'll, and like kind of like burping a baby.
Mr. Thatcher, let's do a good deed. This crocodile seems like it's in distress.
So you do a pat on the back for it.
Step 1, yeah. Step 2, we might be sending
Might-
that mage hand all the way in.
Might have to do a Heimlich maneuver on the crocodile. It could be drowning.
Think about that.
I'll also throw in a mage hand.
Who's
That's
gonna
not
give
so-
the croc mouth to mouth?
Ah,
I'm gonna I'll
I
use
mean,
my
I'll
mage
do it.
hand.
I'm not scared.
I would say Tamara's
Oh,
probably.
you're not scared, are you?
Why would I be scared of a crocodile? See
Oh,
these
it's
things
not
all the
either.
time. They're practically cousins.
Jump on in then, please.
All right, doesn't bother me none.
I'm going to follow her in case the crocodile decides to take a chomp out of our boss.
So Tamara waddles up to it, looks it in the eye. It's kind of like does a preliminary investigation. Looks to its left and its right. Looks at its snout. Looks in its eyes. All right. So upon my preliminary check here, it's choking on something.
Ah, lovely.
Hmm.
Ew.
Can Kozik or can Zed and I use our mage hands to try to get in that throat and free whatever's choking it? We tag
Sure.
team this thing.
It's not really fighting against it.
All right, I'll try to use my mage hand to open
What
up
if we-
the animal's
is-
jaws a little bit.
This could be a really bad idea. But what if, like your mage hand holds bottom jaw, my mage hand holds the top one, and you Eldritch Blast whatever's stuck in its mouth?
Nice.
Well, then we'll
I'll
have,
leave that up to you.
The
Easy
potential of
open
harming.
mouth.
Got it.
No, exactly. Yeah.
No, then Tamara can reach her little paw in there and grab it out.
Oh,
whatever it is.
perfect. That's a better idea.
All right, mage hand. Does it work?
So your mage hands open his mouth, and inside you see looks like maybe a piece of cloth, a jacket, a robe.
Uh-oh.
There's somebody. There's somebody crawling out of its mouth.
Oh no, not
Excuse
again.
me, sir. What the fuck are you doing inside?
Oh
of that
my gosh.
crocodile?
Oh my god, you! Dervin!
Ooh, that was interesting. Oh man. Ooh, and he climbs out, and he starts to dust himself off.
Well, who's this fella here now?
Yes.
Someone
you
I
know
hope
this
to
man?
never see again.
He's an
Yeah.
old friend.
Where am I this time?
Hey, Wild.
I must have taken the wrong left turn at the intersection of.
At the
astral
crocodile's
sea.
mouth, yeah, probably.
Oh no! Yeah, I mean, some of these things are just really good for traveling. They're like a portal of sorts.
The last time we ran into you, you were in some underdark pit of hell, and I think you helped us out a little bit.
And
Oh
he,
yeah, with that
turned into a
old
giant.
bastard. Yeah, this freaking Jim. Too
Didn't we
senile
ask
to
him to jump
understand
into the
anything?
mouth of a giant crocodile back in those days?
He asked to.
Crab.
Yeah,
He-
he
he-
asked.
Yeah,
He
it was
got
a crab.
smaller, right? It was a crab.
Yeah, we this is the guy we had the conversation about how you had a war kink.
The callback to like episode 4.
Were we
Right.
ever so young?
Son of a bitch. Feywild, huh? Ooh boy, there's some interesting roads you take along the way. Yeah, fancy meeting you here. Has old Jim, that senile old bastard, die yet?
No.
I
Dang.
hope not.
Ah, well.
Technically, he's already dead.
An interesting technicality.
Well, technically anything that can die, can die. and he's just like
Bears?
wringing out probably some bits of like fish scales and whatever this crocodile ate.
File. Ugh.
Ah,
You didn't happen to find a ring of protection in the belly of that thing there, did you?
yeah. Actually,
That was a
no.
good one,
I
Zed.
can go check though.
No,
You sure?
Durban.
And he already starts climbing back in. What?
Okay, grabbing the old man. No, 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 no,
And
no.
I promise he wants to do it, but like I also don't want to see it again. I saw it happen the first.
We do not need you to go into that crocodile.
Yeah, why not? It's kind of cool.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, in what way?
You know,
This is a losing battle.
crawling around.
What are you-
You know what? You know what? You're right. Go ahead if you want to. Go right ahead.
Yeah, all right. I'll find that ring of. What did you say? Ring of precarian? Ring of
Perfection.
ring of perfection? Yeah, all right. I'll dig around in there and see what I can find.
Now, what's this ring you've got him looking for?
And he shrinks down and climbs into the alligator's mouth or crocodile's mouth.
The OOC, that's the ring that Cha ended up losing because it turned into a solid piece of metal and then ended up giving to Lady Miriam.
Right, but why would it be in the crocodile?
It's this advanced technique called
Ah.
binding.
I think the
Right
true
then.
question is why not? Here in
Well,
the
there
Feywild.
you are. There you are.
Yeah,
That would be
crocodile's
lovely
stomach
because
is
I think we ought
Oh.
to get it back. I don't trust that lady.
You know, all of our magical items that we have, I think, were found in the guts of a bunch of cows.
It's true.
So it is appropriate.
Guts of some cows, and then if not there, then technically speaking, the former guts of some mimics.
So it could have gone right from Lady Miriam's pocket into the crocodile. I see what you're saying.
I mean, it makes sense of it
Well,
as
no,
much as everything
no,
else in
see-
this fucking world.
basically what I was suggesting is Shaw had no use for the piece of metal. He couldn't
Very
wear it
expensive
anymore. We
one.
can't find anyone to fix it back into a ring.
Well, I've been telling you I've got smithing abilities, but nobody's listening.
Right. Well, we did listen. But we went to a smith already, and they said they couldn't do anything with it. So I'm sure we'd be able to try. But my whole suggestion was, we could obviously get that piece back for Shaw, but in the time being, if we could find
Right.
another one that he can actually wear,
Ah.
and hopefully, if it was in the belly of this gator and not one that we had to buy for 1,000 coin.
Didn't we feel there was something really special with that one, even though it's a hunk of metal now? There was something really special about it.
Yes.
Well, it was assumed because we were offered 2 rings of protection for what used to be
Right.
just 1 ring of protection.
So it could be used for any
So
kind
if
of.
we can get it back from Miriam, we should do that.
Oh, we're not gonna get it back.
All right, well,
Oh,
so
we might find
I
it
don't
in that
know
crocodile.
if you remember, my suggestion was, she hold on to it, and while we're out, hopefully maiming and killing Marn, we find something else of maybe equal magical value, and we could give that to her so Chaw could get his item back.
All right. Right, you are. That sounds great.
I'm sure we're gonna stumble across some, whether it's in that ruin bit or once we find Marn. Marn's definitely got to have some bits and bobs on him.
Dervin, tell us about Marn. Where's Marn at?
That's a good idea.
Nice, good one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's stuck inside a bit there, yeah.
Oh, can we get him out, please? He won't find
You'd
anything
have
in
to
there.
dig.
I don't know. At this point,
Ugh.
like, I think that if this is what the gods have intended, this man, I think that it happened.
Oh, for goodness sake, let's get him out of there. Come on.
We saw him like this in the Underdark, and the Roush would have let him die.
But does that mean we need to let him die? I don't think so.
And as
I'm
you
not
say
s-
that, the crocodile closes its mouth and just kind of sinks beneath the water.
Oh, bye, Durbin.
Thank you. He'll be fine.
Are you sure?
He's done this multiple times.
Now he
Session 4
belongs to
callbacks.
the ages.
Good callback. Good callback.
This
Cameo.
this is that's concerning. You know what?
And that wasn't even in the Feywild.
That was the Underdark.
Well, we'll keep our eyes open. He might pop back up again.
We should start throwing ourselves into animals' mouths.
Chaw already did that with
I-
with the dinosaur. He didn't really seem to like that though.
That's true.
Now
Should have
wait a
told
minute.
him.
Is Chaw here or not?
He's not.
Should we go?
No.
Should we go find him?
That's why I'm not using my voice.
All right then. I say we go find Chaw, and we go get something to eat, and we make some plans to get back to your dungeon.
Probably a good idea.
All right, we'll probably find the florist before he does anyway.
I say we
I-
don't even try going to the florist. We just go straight to Sarah's workplace and sit down.
I mean,
All
I
right,
could.
let's do that. I like that.
Oh, I wanted a boutonniere. All right.
Meanwhile, in the background, Tamara's just like holding a finger up as everybody's talking, but she's sort of like, imagine the camera's focused on the group, and in the background is just a kobold standing by themselves holding a finger up, and it's like they're kind of blurred out in the background.
Right. Tamara, what is it?
I mean, I knows exactly where both of those things are.
Oh?
Yeah, it's kind of my job.
That is true.
The florist is over there. I'm pretty sure he went in the exact opposite direction he should have gone in the first place. But I didn't have the heart. I didn't have the heart to break the poor man's heart. You know. He seemed to really enjoy the direction he was going.
So what you're saying is that we'll probably need to save his ass by buying some flowers.
I mean, you certainly do what you want to do. All right, this is your choice. I'm not saying any. I'm just saying he went the wrong way, and I know exactly where the person you're looking for, resides.
If I recall, we did ask where the florist and where her job was.
I believe that Tiffany also gave you a couple different locations.
Right.
Yeah, we don't know where anything is.
So
So I want to go to the flower shop.
I was Sir Charafiki. What would I be doing? Well, everybody.
Let's go.
No, I'm enjoying this. Please continue.
I do have. I have an idea, but it could also make this way worse for Ja.
Yeah.
Each of us go to the flower shop. Each of us buy a different kind of flower, just one. And when Cha arrives to Sarah, we all walk in with a flower of our own and say something cheesy that Cha would say.
Hey, everybody.
That was good.
In the 9 hills of Batur.
Tell me that isn't a good idea.
Anybody want to talk about torture?
You see, if you give back their fingernails, you get them to scream even louder.
Ah, yes. Ha ha ha. Yes, this is why I too enjoy the hugs.
It feels like being wrapped by a hell snake.
Niavara briefly considers it. Before she's like, I understand this is a misuse of magic. Transforms into Chaw. And does a cartwheel.
Uncanny.
Oh,
Uncanny.
so
Ah,
cool.
yes. Does transforms into Cha, does a backflip, fucking dabs. What was the cartwheel for?
Cartwheels to lots of places. And she's like, look, Zedrin. I can maybe, perhaps do the cool handshake. I've not been paying nearly enough attention to replicate it. But I think if I gave it a good go.
I think Zed's eyes are just a bit wide, and he's just kind of slightly shaking his head, trying not to just crack up.
I used to do this for a living. You should be considered lucky that I don't do it to you guys more often.
Tari's a little concerned that she's gonna go mess with that poor girl Sarah's head.
Oh, never. I don't flirt with my friends' girlfriends.
Niavara, if I
Hmm.
may. I think what you're doing might be weird.
What? No.
Ah, yes.
Cha
Hi,
would
Cha.
definitely.
I transformed into you and fucked your girlfriend.
Okay, that might raise some
Be
ire. But all the
awful.
other
What a
fucking
prank.
fucking
What a
around is
great
definitely.
prank that would be. Just a
Oh,
goof.
Just a prank, bro.
Gotcha, Cha.
Pretending to be used to sleep with your girlfriend.
Hi,
Oh my
hi, you
god.
two.
Cha would
I stole
Cha
my
would hang
friend's
his head.
face.
Zing.
He was hang his head and he would find a portal back to hell.
You guys think so
I
lowly
give
of my
up.
abilities. I just enjoy doing this for the hell of it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I also have disguise self, and I'm not going to turn into Cha.
Never? Even
Never.
if a plan required us all to be Cha?
And that's in that case, yes.
Require us all to be
In
Cha.
that incredibly specific instance, Niavara, yes.
Well done, Niavara.
Thank you. And again, it's not like I'm saying I'm going to go to Sarah right now myself. And say, hey, Sarah, please give me a big smoochie. No, I'm doing this as a joke, a bit, to you guys.
Okay.
And you saw me do it in front of you. There's no confusion.
I'm
I
just
mean-
waiting for Sarah to show up here and think that you're actually Cha, and then you're gonna have to get yourself out of this.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I really rolled dice.
Like, de-transforming, obviously, Jesus Christ.
I'm so glad that I
Then
know
what
this
she
is
thinks that
happening,
Cha's
and I'm
fake.
so glad that Cha doesn't know this. is
Then I
happening.
can transform again into someone else. For fun.
Niavara, I've got an idea.
Hmm.
Why don't you transform back into yourself and we go like you said and we hide out and see what happens between Cha and Sarah?
I still think my idea is quite funny.
For the
Which-
record, Cha would be all about being impersonated and fucked with.
Well then,
Just for the record, for the inside check record.
fucked with in that you want her to pretend
No.
she's you and go flirt with your girlfriend.
Niavara wouldn't do that to begin with. That sort of stuff is off limits. If she was...
All right.
Right.
Secondly,
No, Cha trusts Niavara and knows that she wouldn't go too far with it. It would be for
Okay.
fun.
if I was going to impersonate
Well, I
you
don't know
guys
you so well yet, so
for the fun, for the actual nefarious bits of it, I would have already done it. I am a
With-
trickery cleric.
In fact, she might have already done it and none of you know about it.
that's true.
What we don't see is in Niavara's inventory, there's pictures. Horrible, horrible pictures.
There are
Of what
pictures of you
Niavara
lot,
did.
but not in the way that you think
You
eventually
have
does
all
get you
made
guys.
what she's doing so much worse than what she's actually doing.
Yeah.
I just I can see it happening, and it is
Niavara would.
quite funny.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Niavara transforms out of, like, she melts back into her normal self. Sort of shakes herself off. Like, see? I just enjoy getting a kick out of these things every once in a while. Do you know how stuffy it was in that fucking building? My god.
oh, you don't have to tell me.
What are you talking about? It was very spacious, says the very short kobold.
3'2".
So, my dear Tamara, it was very spacious in the same way that the caves of the Underdark can be considered spacious and wide. However, the walls that grow ever closer. It's not the space of the room itself, it's the aura that the people inside of it portray. And I am quite used to matriarchs with foul intentions.
Niavara, I'm going to hit you with a quote you just hit me with. I think you might be fighting an uphill battle.
Oh, that's fair. I'm not even saying I openly distrust her. I'm just saying something about this entire realm creeps me out. It has
What's
since I
that?
got here.
What are you worried about here? Scared the fairy's gonna jump out of the bushes and turn you into a slug or something?
I mean, that is a possibility.
I know it's happened to me at least 3 times now.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you're excused.
Okay. Samira,
Okay,
I will
I'm
just point
leaving.
out, if you're saying that, like,
Yeah.
if you're afraid of something that happening, like, that's not just a fear then. That's like open concern. That's not irrational. That's like saying, like, oh, I hope when I go into the woods that I'm not eaten by a bear. Like, if it happens on the regular, Jesus Christ, stop going into the fucking woods.
I mean, if it doesn't hurt you, then why you gotta worry about it?
I just don't like this place. I say this as someone from the Underdark. I have the skeeves.
So you're used to dark and dreary, gothic, and is what's the kids call it these days? That emo hair. I could see that. This is just too bright for you. It's understandable.
That too. But if I might point out, my culture and this culture are not too far different in that lying and trickery are values both highly prized. At least the dark is open about it. It being covered
If we
with
don't
this
start
veneer.
heading out of here, we're definitely gonna miss Chaw.
Yeah, and I don't
I
want
mean,
to
again,
miss
we
the
still have to go
fireworks
buy
show.
the flowers. Niavara is going to start walking over to the flower stand.
Yeah, let's go.
Which is merely a hop, a skip, and a jump, as one might say, to a little flower shop. It's very homely. It's got this nice, like, green and like pinkish storefront with these nice wooden windows, also kind of bright coloration, and like these planters outside with the variation of colors that almost emulate like a rainbow, just like a small snippet of a rainbow of colorful flowers outside in planters. And it just says Flynn's Flowers.
Alliteration. I do think that perhaps none of the girls, or those perceived to be women, should be the ones giving the flowers to Chaw, given the fact that this did originate with the fact that she saw Chaw dancing with you, sorry. I'm not saying you did anything wrong. You didn't. She was just a little bit jealous.
Right.
But, like, I don't know, Zedran can maybe give the flowers to... It's bro flowers, it's a gift. It's a bro coming in clutch.
So
Well, I wanna-
OOC,
Go ahead.
this is reminding me, I just saw this video the other day. I'm trying to keep it quick, where there was a guy that he'll buy like roses and he'll go out into the public and he'll wait to see if he can find like a guy with his arm around his girl or something like that. and he'll go and tap the guy and put the rose in his hand and then walk away.
Oh, that's great.
And then
I love
the
it.
guy just kind of like will give this girl a hug or like a kiss on the cheek and then kind of like present the rose out of nowhere. And then you get to see like the reaction of the girl just being like, what how did you where did that even
That's
come from?
awesome.
I
Awesome.
picture
That's
I
great.
if we're gonna do that, then I would want it to be something like that with Cha and Sarah.
Anybody have the spell
Sneak a
invisibility?
flower.
Are we assuming that
I
Cha never
have
made it to
mage
the
hand,
flower
so
shop?
I will literally
Oh, you've
float
got
a
mage
flower over
hand.
to Cha.
Oh,
my
you
God.
are. Thank you very much. We need to do this. Let us go.
We have to
What's
buy the
mage?
flowers
What's
first.
mage hand?
Genius.
They create a hand that can lift no more than like 10 pounds.
Yeah, and with a certain feat, the hand can be completely
It's
invisible.
invisible. Yeah.
And yeah, I can like manipulate stuff. I can use my thieves' tools to unlock doors and all that stuff. So it's a pretty cool little thing. Rogues get it, or
It's like a teleportation spell, really.
my class of rogue gets it as a cantrip, so I can just use it all the time.
Oh, great.
So what sort of
So
flowers
who's the
do they have
proprietor
on
of the shop?
display?
So we did. I forget exactly what we came up with, but either we were told what kind of flowers she likes, or Cha had a specific idea in mind for flowers he wanted to get. And the only thing that I'm remembering, and this might have been a joke, but or something, but like a square flower. Does that ring any
That's
bells?
right.
Square eyes.
That's right. There were square flowers.
Now, wait, are we assuming that Cha hasn't made it here yet to the flower shop?
He ran the opposite direction. I don't
Ah,
think
okay. Got it.
But he does have long strider, so he could make it back here pretty soon.
Just see him running back and forth, different places.
Just darting across. Yeah.
I was having so much fun with this spell, I forgot all about the flowers.
What do you think a cartwheel would look like with long strider?
Okay, does
Ooh.
long strider increase your arm speed or just your leg speed?
It just says movement speed.
It would move so fast, it would just be like a solid circle, right? You wouldn't see the movement; it would just be a solid circle.
40-foot cartwheel.
I'm imagining like a stop motion film, actually. You just see
It's like
4
being under a
foot
strobe
different
light.
things. Yeah.
Every
Not
once
enough,
in a while, you catch
frames.
a funny facial expression of Chaz in the whirl.
God.
Oh, I love this beautiful square flower with the little purple in the center and the yellow and orange around the edge. That's beautiful. It is.
Violets?
If any of you
violas?
happen to
Those are violas.
recall, Cha did talk about how her eyeballs were square because she is a, she's a, what do you
Or
call it?
square eyes.
She's like a goat. She's like a goat character, so she has
She
square
has goat
pupils,
eyes.
and they're like yellowish. And
Well, that's
so
the
that was why he
perfect
came up with
flower
the
then.
yellow flower and with square.
I
if
knew
it
that.
was
Yeah,
possible.
I knew that there was something specific that we were supposed to look for, so I wanted to bring that up.
And I think this one's
Violas.
perfect. It's yellow and
I
orange on the outside and purple on the inside, and it's a nice square flower. I think it's perfect.
I think that's the one.
That might be the one.
Well, who's the
Does
proprietor
anyone
here?
see a shopkeep or anything?
I mean, you're standing outside.
So let's go in.
How much do you need for the flower?
So if you guys go in, you are immediately greeted with almost your nose are almost assaulted by myriads of smells and fragrance. Somewhat pungent, I guess. And inside there's just all sorts of planters with even more different types of flowers. Some you may have seen before, some you've probably never seen before. Just they just seem to have a huge assortment of varying degrees of plants. And on the other, like basically when you walk in, like as soon as you walk in, there's just a counter, kind of like mirroring the door. So like you walk in and you just immediately see all the way down the aisle to the counter, to which there is a wall. And standing behind the counter, just sort of, seem to be looking into some kind of a journal or a ledger, or just idly reading, elbows on the countertop, flipping through a book. She has these very elven-looking ears. Let's see if I can get the image. Just give you an idea. Is it? I know I shared it with them before. It is going to be... I really wish my folders didn't do this, but they do. There it is. Dang it, I showed it to you before. Killer. Lock that. Gotta go to the other one, and I gotta freaking grab it. Larg. Okay. Bye. The hell is it? Oh, it's in the wrong folder. Oh my God. How do I function? How do I freaking function? It's not in that. All right, you know what? To copy. But yeah, feel free to take in the sites. Is for whatever reason the thing that I had is not in the folder that I put it in.
I think we're probably all
So-
just mesmerized by the smells.
Oh my god.
Flashbanged.
I think that there are
Um,
some
Okay, I'll just
nipples that are like
fix
this
this.
incense so strong that I can't tell my senses apart anymore.
Hey, so Kozik, you got a little mage hand as well,
Oh yes, you know I do.
right? Is yours able to be invisible?
Unfortunately, not. It's
Shit.
merely spectral, a little opaque,
All right.
perhaps. But yes, I don't have as much. I must admit that I don't have as much skill with the mage hand as you do.
I
Well,
have
no.
then I could have a recommendation for how you could use your mage hand. Instead of holding the rose, what you could do
There it is.
simply tap Cha on the back to potentially get his
I was
notice
just couldn't spell apparently.
you are there. So that
Well,
you
her.
can hand it off to him.
It popped in my head that well, there might be a little errand that I might want to go try and do, and if we're kind of waiting for Shaw to show up and all that, I might be able to pop off and do that, but then, well, Cozy could be up to, your mage hand and all of you maybe setting up the scenario.
I could certainly give it a try. So
But it's
it will
not
be
gonna
a
be-
test.
I'm sure you'll be able to figure out a way.
All right, there you go.
It'll probably be easy to distract Sarah and then, make Shaw aware. And Shaw might actually show up with his own flower there too, so.
Oh,
So-
yes. Go ahead.
So yeah, so there's this figure with like this bright orange, like kind of fiery reddish hair, flowers all in her hair, kind of like
Oh,
leaves
it's
and flowers.
beautiful.
And she has this sort of like bronze skin, and she's just looking down in a book. She has very long hair though, like more so than the picture indicates, and it just kind of dangles at her side as she's staring down. And you guys walk in, and she looks up and adjusts her glasses. Hello.
Hello there. They're open to purchase this flower from you.
And she, quickly closed the book, seeing that there's, business to be had, and slides to the side. Just one, or
What were
I
you
mean, we
guys
should
thinking?
probably make a bouquet.
A
Yes.
bouquet would
You-
probably
you-
be
you-
better.
Have you got more of these square flowers here, but in different colors?
I can make these any color that you wish, really.
Oh, it'd be great to have like a bouquet with a rainbow of colors. That'd be lovely.
All right. I could certainly make that happen.
Oh, look, I didn't even see him slip out. Where's that scoundrel Zed gone to? Oh, well. He said he had an errand to run.
I'm a little bit surprised that he's going to be bringing flowers to his best friend and his girl, but not his own girlfriend. But that's his decision.
I will say, OOC,
I
Zed
think
brought
that
that
he
up.
did. Right.
He did.
I
But not
remember that.
recently. But not today. Not in
he's-
this session.
He's a little distracted right now. He's thinking about Cha, and he won't forget about Tiffany. Don't worry.
Yeah.
He might show up at the Lofty Highborn and not have flowers and then look like an idiot, but he
But how could Zed
Oh,
let him take these flowers?
100%. 100%. Cha got flowers,
So-
ordered some for Zed as well, for Tiffany.
So yeah, I was gonna say the whole thing with Tiffany, if no one remembers, is Zed basically walked up to Tiffany to ask where to find flowers, so that we could get Cha flowers for Sarah, and it's like as I was doing it, OOC, I was like, this just feels so bad. I'm asking basically someone who's my girlfriend / sweetheart where I can get flowers so that my friend can give flowers to his sweetheart. So it was
Yeah.
a weird sort of like taboo moment, and I was like,
Not
I'll
your
definitely bring
smoothest
some as well.
moment, I imagine. Yes.
Ah, she's cool with it. She knows what's up.
But Zed, how did Zed take off to give Cha some flowers when we've got him right here?
No. Zed is not doing anything with flowers. He left the flower shop and is doing something else.
Doing something else. All right then.
Well, madam, I think you would be a great help to us. We're looking for kind of an amorous bouquet.
I thought she was making up a rainbow bouquet of the square flowers.
Include the square flowers, but this is a sort of Cupid's errand that we're on, if you see what we mean.
Oh, special someone. Well, is there any? So you want a rainbow of sorts, using these? And she points to like the square ones. Right?
Well, that's what I'd like in there. Sounds like Bozik's got some ideas too, what to add.
I merely sought to lean on the lady's expertise.
All
Have you
right.
got an idea for us? This is for our friend who's trying to impress a lady.
Oh, probably these over here. And she points to what looks like a planter and does the, like when you beckon someone over, kind of like, come here, like, one finger is like, come here. The planter itself grows a pair of legs and waddles its way across the floor past you guys and jumps on the counter.
Oh. Bippity boppity boo.
I would suggest something like this with... And then she points to another planner and just sort of repeats it. And she does this like 3 or 4 times until she has assembled quite a colorful arrangement.
Lovely. That's just lovely.
And based on your feedback, there's, it covers all of the base color bases. It does allude to a bit of a rainbow, but it leans more towards on bright and vibrant. In that, a little more violet, a little more red.
That's lovely.
Something like this.
Yes, yes, that's truly wonderful.
And she pulls like the flowers out of the planters and just holds them in front of you, and that's when you start to realize that there is actually some semblance of color theory being put into her choices. Like it's a perfect balance of like hot and cold. They're separated in a way that the eye meets in the center. He's definitely studied on the art of color.
Absolutely stunning, lady. It's absolutely stunning.
And it's to the point where she picked out the square flowers to be in the center, so your eye is just naturally drawn from the outer edges inward. Yep. So something like this will do.
Oh my goodness, ma'am, that's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely stunning.
And you need just one of this size? Yes?
Perfect.
I think that's just very nice. It's well done.
Beautiful.
I also have a request for you. Here in the Feywild, do you have any mountain flowers that grow on the highest barren peaks?
I can't say that I've been able to get out much to acquire those, no.
Perhaps do you have here in the shop a black rose?
Oh yes, that I definitely have.
Well, I would like to purchase at least one of them as sort of a corsage for my armor here. The symbol of my house, the Deepshaft clan, is the Edelweiss and the Black Rose.
Would you like for it to be in a corsage then? I'm sure I can arrange for that.
That would be, if you could make a nice arrangement just that I could wear, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, yes, I can do that. Yes, of course.
Nice. Kozik is stoked out.
Kozik, you've been incredibly quotable this session, just so you know. I've written down 3 quotes already. Do you have mountain flowers from the highest barren peak? Oh, classic.
She seems like she might. She seems pretty cool. So, but she said she didn't. So that bums me out. But I'll be on the lookout.
Is there anything else I can provide for?
No, these are perfect.
Do you have any seeds of any of flowers for sale?
I suppose it depends on which flowers you are after.
Something perhaps stately, something memorial, perhaps.
Guess that's a matter of perspective, honestly. Anything in specific?
Well, I hoped that you might have some suggestion. Something special, something memorable.
Memorable.
I mean,
and we will carry it with us to plant at the correct moment.
she brings a hand to her chin. Seems you could see the gears turning. I mean, I can't think of anything individually. As you can see, and she raises her hand and expresses to essentially everything in her shop. As individual pieces, they are just flowers, but when you put them together, and then she presents the bouquet to you, that's when the real beauty comes out in them. Not as one, but as many.
I see. Okay. How about, do you have any flowers that when they bloom will be purple and white?
Oh yes, those I definitely have some of those.
Well, please, I'd like to buy a few of those seeds off of you.
All right. How many would you like?
13 is a lucky number.
All right. And she reaches under her counter, and she looks like she's looking for stuff, and maybe the sound of like a box opening, and just a little bit of shuffling, and then a little pouch is presented, just really tiny.
Oh, wonderful. What an elegant envelope. What an elegant pouch.
All right, so we have this bouquet, these seeds, and a corsage, which I will have for you in a little bit. All of these things together, unless there was something else you wish to purchase, but yeah.
No, we were just marveling at your shop.
Oh, thank you. It's going to run, let's see, a single gold piece.
Oh, I've got that right here for you. There you go.
Thank you, sorry.
My pleasure.
All right, if you give me, let's say about 10 minutes or so, I can have the corsage for you.
Perfect. I'm happy to wait.
Wonderful. And just like before, she points at a corner of the room, and the planter grows legs and walks towards her, and it has, a singular black flower in it.
So cool.
And then she disappears into like the back, to which you'd probably estimate that you'd have to wait 10 minutes. Meanwhile, the camera shifts to Cha. Where's Cha? Where's Cha at?
I would say that he was attempting to find a florist. If it's truly was that he got lost on the way, I would say that he started picking wildflowers, not knowing what was wild and what was considered weed or flower.
Well, before we
Um,
get to that part, how about an investigation? Because you might not, you might just roll good enough that you find the floor.
All right. On Cha. Roll for love life. Investigation. A 7.
Okay.
Maybe he doesn't find the floor.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't. It's apt. He did indeed go in the opposite direction.
So in that case, I think he would stick to plan B, which is to attempt to gather a beautiful bouquet of wildflowers. But being incredibly inexperienced in such matters, would not know what was considered weed or flower in this realm, but would just be picking things that he thought were pretty and that he thought Sarah would enjoy. And then attempt to find her.
Alrighty. So that might take you a while with that investigation. Um,
I do believe we were told where she was, so I guess this is more a matter of,
Players remembering.
it was just a
probably
lot of
survival check.
It was
Maybe
just a
that
lot
was
of time.
investigation for the flowers and then survival for finding Sarah's place or something.
Well, you'd know where it is. I'm just saying the investigation is what's going to take up a lot of time.
Gotcha.
Because you are inexperienced with flowers and what's weed and what's not. And
Definitely.
with that 7, you probably would have gone up to just somebody's house and started pulling stuff out their gardens, and they would be shooing you off.
Sure.
But I'd say it just take it. You'll get there. It's just it'll take you a little bit because, a 7.
Gotcha.
Because part of it is first you went looking for the florist, right? So you took some time doing that. But then the other part of it is, as you described it, like when you weren't able to find the florist, then you started looking for a lot of other flowers to fill that void, as it were. So that's what I'm saying. It'll just take you a little bit. You'll find her. You don't have to roll for it. It's just time. All things in time. And it looked like, oh look, we got a 3-way split party. Zed. So where were you going?
So Zed wanted to go back to the Shimmering Scales.
What is the
And-
Shimmering Scales?
That was the magic shop that we actually met you in front of.
Oh, I thought we were in front of a. Okay, thank you.
You went somewhere else.
So, yeah, Zed's gonna go back into the shop and look to ask a couple questions.
Yep, that one-eyed individual's still there.
Hey, me again. I was asking about the dragon stuff before. Anyway, remember last time we were in here and we had that little piece of, well, magical artifact that you were keen on?
Yeah, I also remember you guys didn't buy anything. Yep. I remember yes.
Actually, we did
Right.
buy something from you.
You're not
we-
there.
Huh?
That's right.
Out of
What was
character,
that?
we did buy stuff from him. Zed,
I-
don't let him.
Yeah, we got
Send out
the
your thoughts.
we got the potions, but I don't know if Zed knew because he wasn't. I think he was standing outside. Anyway, regardless. Um, right. So, reason I came back is you seemed interested in that little bit there, and wouldn't you know it, I came across someone else that was also interested in it. Would you like to know who?
Sure, I guess.
Well, you seem you don't, well, you don't care for it anymore.
I mean, I don't. I mean, what exactly do you want? I mean, it seems like you got information that you want to give somebody, but you're trying to get something out of somebody else. So, spill the
Well,
beans.
right. So when we were here, you did let us know that um, it might be worth maybe using for other sort of magical properties and things like that. Um, so I'm sure you wouldn't find it surprising that Miss Lady Miriam was also quite interested.
Ah, I can't blame her.
And so exactly why is that? If you could maybe expand upon the importance of that little item there.
Hmm. Give me a persuasion. He's eyeing you up and down.
Go Zed, go Zed. Yeah, nice.
Very nice.
See, I have to make sure there was at least a roll in between information being spurred out to players. You're
Yep.
welcome.
Fair enough. I was hoping that I was going to get a persuasion because that's like Zed's best roll.
And then you roll a nat 1.
Right.
Sorry, so what was it you were asking for again?
He's basically trying to find out why not only this shopkeep but Lady Miriam think that this is so valuable that that's of the things that we have basically like the only thing that they want. Like what more is there to this than just being a ring of protection?
So he leans in and he's just like, kind of like lean in also, like, super secret. There might be a
Right.
customer or two in the shop, so he's just like, on the down low. Well, something like that could be with what I'm pretty sure is inside of something like that. Could be repurposed for something else to make something different. But if Miss Miriam's after it, then probably something needed to fuel some kind of a spell or something. That would be my guess. I couldn't imagine what else she would need it for. Definitely not for selling, because I don't know. It's like she owns the place.
Well, right. So you told us that it could be repurposed possibly for something else, but now you're saying that it might be able to be used to, said, fuel some sort of spell?
Both.
Okay.
Either or.
If you don't mind me prying, what were you intending to use it for?
Oh, I was gonna end up making a whole lot of something much more potent. It's not
Like
every
what?
day something like that comes through here.
So like what sort of things can even be made by it?
Anything, well, within reason.
Of course.
I
Well,
wanted to take a look at it and see, the maximum potential it has, and seeing what I could turn it into. It's definitely gonna be more than the ring, I can tell you that much.
would it? All right.
Or maybe a much more potent ring.
So would there be anything maybe similar to that you're aware of? You see, I don't have it on me. That was my friend Charles got it. But would there be something else that you might be looking for? See, we were probably about to go to a, we just say probably Zed's gonna lean in again, kind of nefarious sort of dark ruins that are full of magical things. What if we found something more like that as well, and brought that back to you? Would that be worth anything?
I mean, I guess it depends on the qualities that are in it. Some like what you had down there, what you had earlier, had a little bit of something very interesting, a little bit of everything.
Well, speaking a little bit of everything, what if I were to tell you that there was a very, very large crystal that's inside those ruins that looked to have something to do with maybe, let's say, gym dragons and the such? And now we found little bits and shards, but we all intentionally left them back there because we knew we were going back. What if I bring you a few of those and maybe something else? I tell you what, I'll cut to the chase here. My friend Shaw's not able to necessarily use magical artifacts. See, it was a ring of protection, as you know, and I know that you've got at least 2 of them here. Now, I don't have 1,000 gold bits on me to pay you outright, but if we were to bring you some things back from said ruins, would maybe I be able to get one of those rings of protection? And let's say either next time I see you, because we're going to be coming back to obviously visit Lady Miriam on some separate business. I'd either pay you the coin outright, or maybe provide some of these crystals I was speaking of, or other sorts of bits and bobs.
So was it the crystal that did it, or because what you brought in definitely wasn't crystal.
Oh, no, I'm talking about separate things entirely. There's all sorts of things in there, is what I'm saying. And the crystals, as far as I'm aware, definitely magical. Might be even more potent. You never know.
It also sounds dangerous as hell.
Hey, that's why you don't have to go, mate.
Well, if you want to put your life on the line to bring goods for me to give you goods, I guess, sure. I mean,
Well,
as long as I'm not going in there.
That's pretty much what I do. Well, so what you say? Could I maybe get one of those rings of protection, since obviously Chaw can't wear his current one? And we go back to those ruins. Because again, we might, as you're saying, it's dangerous. We might need a little bit of protection. And then I'll bring you back whatever we find. And if not, obviously, like I said, I'll buy it outright.
I mean, if you bring me something back, then I could trade you. I mean, that's the nature of the business.
All right. Well, I do happen to have this that I was given by a very reliable source. That's going to pull out a folded piece of paper that in Raoul's handwriting just says "Ticket to Fortune."
Oh, sweet. Good throwback.
All right, so you have some scribbled note.
Well, no, that's an official ticket to fortune. You see, I got that by my buddy Raoul. Long story short, we basically saved the entire town of Dale, and they more or less promised us eternal riches, and that's a ticket to it right there.
So you want to do some deception here?
I didn't intend on it, but fuck.
There it is.
Oh my god.
Dude, this is time for inspiration. Cha would give you inspiration. I'll give you my inspiration.
Zed's got inspiration. I'll use my inspiration. God, you definitely jinxed that though, Cubed.
Oh man.
Let's see.
Yes.
Here we
Sweet.
go.
Yes, use those
Oh,
inspirations.
cool.
All right.
Zed's gonna have a finger on the ticket, and he's just gonna kind of slide it forward slowly. I'll give you that, just as a bit of a, And he's just kind of like, slowly sliding it.
A bit of a. Go on.
Well, you said upfront trade, so I feel like value to ticket to fortune is probably equivalent to the ring. And then, like I said, if we bring anything else, we're gonna come by here. I tell you what, I'll even add a bit more to it. Anything that we find, we'll come by here and let you look at it first before Lady Miriam.
Hmm.
Ooh.
I can't necessarily say I want to cross the lady, but if it's just letting me take a look-see first, then I suppose.
It's just an innocent look.
And a smirk crosses his very toothy gaze. All right. I see you're a man of my kind of business. And the kind of man that goes into dangerous ruins probably gonna get yourself killed. And if you don't, then I win. I see this as nothing but a win-win.
Zed's just kind of nodding emphatically.
So he reaches under his counter and pulls forth a ring. But he also holds his finger on it. And there's this like this almost like this old Western like standoff where it's just like each person's waiting for the other to take the
Alright,
finger off
so-
the prize.
Same time, eh?
Same time.
Count with 3. 1, 2.
And he lifts his finger slow.
Where it's like I picture we're just like sliding the items toward each other, just close enough. 3, and Zed will lift his finger off, and then he'll snatch the ring.
And he'll do the same.
All right, fella. Well, pleasure doing business. I will be seeing you soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
Also, God, just sorry. Was your other? I don't know if it was the owner of the shop or just whoever you work with, but it's kind of a random question. Do you know what gym dragons typically like to eat? And he's gonna say that as he stuffs the ring in his pocket.
I mean, I don't know. Sarissa might.
Is she around? I don't mean to be a pest, but
Yeah, she's always around. If I'm here, she's here. That's just kind of how we work.
Well done, Zed. Well done. It's excellent.
So are you insinuating you want to talk to her or just ask me if she's around? If she's around.
no, right. Could you maybe I don't have to speak to her if she's busy, but if she is busy and I feel a bit bad, but maybe you pass along the question. If she's got any information, it'd just be great.
Hey, Sarissa, get your ass out here. Yes? Oh, hello. Hi.
Hi, sorry. Do you happen to know what gym dragons like to eat?
Without a hesitation or a further breath, they eat, well, gold.
I thought so. All right, I just wanted to make sure. Sorry, Sarissa, probably busy.
Oh,
What's the
no worries.
shopkeep's name? 'Cause now I completely forgot.
The shopkeep is. So there's Sarissa, and then he is.
I remember what he is.
I don't think he actually ever asked his. Oh, that's funny.
Ed's gonna look at the shopkeeper. Hey, my friend, I'll see you soon. Trust me, and he'll just give a wink and kind of shuffle out of the shop.
Trust me.
Yep, I'm sure you'll definitely be back a second time.
That also plays on the fact that we never go anywhere twice.
Except the Lofty Highborn.
True. This town in particular.
We technically went back to a couple places around Dale a couple times.
The Avara is very quiet.
We technically went to the town of Dale and a couple places within a handful of times as well.
I
That
think
is
the only
true.
reason we didn't go back to some places is because we were thrown into other worlds.
That's very true as well. Yeah,
We
yeah.
did walk
Or
through
we're,
the
or we're
Feywild
just
Gate.
tempted.
Got
Just tempted to
thrown
other
into another
worlds.
universe. It's fine.
We've been doing better. Because early on we were just like, nope, never see you again. And we've definitely been growing.
Yeah, we're forming some relationships with NPCs.
Right. Or we just bring them with us.
So they can die. So I'll
Luckily,
shift
Mittens is already dead.
the camera to back to Cha. So you know where Sarah works.
Yes.
She works at a bakery. It is called Bakery. There it is. Big Buns Bakery. There it is.
The Big Buns Bakery. Yep. Classic old-fashioned bakery.
And
Cha would,
it's a
yeah,
pretty
go ahead.
homely little bakery. It's sort of like a little hole in the wall kind of thing, like a little display, like a display case with varying degrees of pastries. It smells very sweet. Fresh bread, maybe some like sugary snacks. It smells like donuts. You know, just the very fresh.
Cha kind of he walks. He's not standing right in front of it, but he's off to the side, kind of gazing at it, biting at his lip a little bit, holding his flowers tightly. His palms are all sweaty. He's like having an internal monologue of like, what do I say? How does this work? Oh my god, I've only had flings and one night stands. I've never actually really liked anybody. What do I say? And he's just kind of pacing a little bit. His tail's flicking back and forth. He's like snapping his fingers and trying to see if something will click for how to approach her.
Give me a
whether he should
perception check,
walk
by the way.
in, whether he should wait for a break, stuff like that.
Give me a perception.
24.
Okay. All right. So as you're having this internal debate, this conflict, this moment of uncertainty, just some random kid is just walking past you, enjoying a lollipop. It looks elven in composition. And they just kind of almost bump into you, but I mean, you catch them before they do, as they're just so hyper focused on this enjoyable little tart. Question is, do you get out of the way, or do you just let them run into you?
Oh, I think he would definitely very snake-like kind of maneuver around them, very deft and clever, smooth kind of way, almost like a professional dancer. Whoosh. And then he'll say something like, "Enjoy the lollipop, kid. Looks tasty."
Oh, hey, mister. Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
You want to know how to say hello in Infernal?
Okay.
Yeah, it's like this. Rufmathraska.
Rufmathraska.
Hey, good pronunciation.
I know.
Excellent.
I've been learning many languages.
Hey, keep it up. It's good for the brain. Exercises all 3 spheres.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Oh, right. The different world, maybe different anatomy.
What are you doing just standing out here, mister?
You
gonna buy something?
Probably.
Are you hungry?
Probably. No. Yes.
Do you have a house? Do you need help?
I used
You don't
to.
live here?
Yeah,
Are you homeless?
I don't. Yes, actually, but I enjoy it.
Aw. He reaches into
it's
his pocket, his little pouch pocket. And he offers you a singular piece of copper.
So sweet.
Shaw just laughs. He's like, no, it's okay, buddy. I
Oh,
have
that's
plenty
so
of money. I don't have a home, but I like traveling. I'm a traveler, so it's okay. I'm well taken care of. Don't have to worry. I'm just thinking of how to say some things to my girlfriend. That's all.
Your girlfriend?
Yeah, she's a little angry at me, and I just want to make sure that she knows that I care about her, that everything's okay.
Oh, I know. I know what can help a lot. With that.
Tell me.
He offers his lollipop.
Oh, I think that would help, buddy.
That's so
But you go ahead and finish that yourself. I'm going to give her these flowers, and I'll probably get her something sweet to eat later on. Yeah, no, but you what? You are on the right path, my friend.
Yeah.
You're being helpful, you're being kind, generous. It's very good.
I guess. I mean, everybody should have a home, and he's still holding the piece of copper out towards you, and the lollipop, and to be happy, and you see his sort of like his body shifting back and forth. You can kind of hear, maybe, let's say your past perception is enough. You can kind of hear clip clops, because this kid's just covered in maybe robes and stuff.
Ah,
So pretty
he looks
obscured
well dressed.
features.
Oh,
Yeah.
obscured. Okay.
But to the point where it looks like they have a coat that's just slightly too long, so it kind of touches the ground when he walks. Almost think of it like a big old raincoat on a kid.
Adorable.
And he's got like
Are you happy?
He's a semblance of like little horns. And as you're actually having this conversation, looking the kid in the eye, it's like very goat. You know, the square eyes, like a little goat. It's probably a satyr.
Looks like a satyr, huh? What's your name, little buddy? My name is Cha.
My name? It's Blake.
Blake? Blake?
Blake.
Blake.
Mhm.
That's a cool name. Are you doing okay, Blake? Cha gets down on a knee and looks at him.
I'm okay, but I have a home and I have this, and he takes another lick of his lollipop.
It looks very tasty. What flavor is it?
It's sweet.
The best flavor of all.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for your help, Blake.
I didn't do anything. Still homeless, and you still don't have candy.
I do have horse jerky, though. It is a delicacy where I come from.
Oh, where do you come from? His eyes get wide.
I come from a land that is full of strange and mysterious creatures. Wild volcanoes and vast mountainous cloud structures that drift across the skies. A
So
place
you're
that's
from here?
called the City of Iron.
Ooh, is that
The
here?
whole city. Oh, no. Very far away. Very far away.
How
Haven't been
far?
there for a long time. Oh my goodness. Does not even exist in the Feywild, if you can believe it. It is in a
No.
whole other world.
Really? Eyes get even wider.
Yeah. You see, I am a traveler, Blake. I like to travel across the worlds. Been to many worlds, as a matter of fact. The whole universe is my home. Wherever I lay my head, that is my home for the night. I like to travel. I like to explore. Maybe someday you will too. If you want to. Perfectly fine to stay home, though, too.
Can I go with you then?
Unfortunately, when you travel the world like I do, it is very, very dangerous. You have to be well grown, you have to be well skilled, you have to know how to handle yourself in battle, in many different situations.
I can do all that. Just watch. And he hops back, and then he swooshes and swishes his candy, his newly anointed candied mace. See? And he's terrible at it. As you would expect a kid, but he's trying his best, damn it. And you could see it. This kid has spunk, he has heart. He has passion, but he just doesn't have skill or balance or probably a sense of self-preservation.
This is why you need an unconventional weapon master.
Yeah.
This is why I make a callback to a previous scenario. Anyway,
Oh,
So
and we turned the young girl down.
Sebastia. Anyway, so yeah, he's just swinging his little mace or his makeshift mace around, showing off his skills, and pretty much falls on his face. See? And he gets up like his face like covered in like dirt and dust. See, I can handle myself just fine. And then strikes a pose. Also, if Chaw's saying anything, we're not hearing it. I wonder if his microphone broke. Or it's on my end. Can anybody else hear me?
Yep, we
Yep.
can hear you.
Okay.
You just can't hear Chaw.
Oh, there he goes. Oh, wait, maybe.
Oh, sorry, lost you for a minute there.
There you are.
So I think where I left off was Cha casts minor illusion and shows a hovering image of Blake striking that pose that he made, floating right above Cha's left hand, a little miniature, three-dimensional image of it. And he says, "That's you, Blake, the superhero."
Blake the superhero. He stares off into the distance longingly.
Keep at it, my friend. Watch your balance. Sure you know the weight of your weapon. Stay focused. Know when to retreat. Know when to come forward. Practice long enough and you might be ready to go travel beyond the city. Become an explorer yourself, if you want to.
Ooh.
Blake, you made my day. Thank you. I was a little nervous and a little frustrated. I really appreciate you coming and talking to me. It was very kind of you.
You seem like a nice man.
Thanks. Better run off to your parents now. Do they know where you are?
Well, I mean, my sister.
Cha kind of thinks for a minute. Who is your sister?
He points behind you.
Nice.
I had a feeling. I had a feeling. Is
And
Sarah
do,
your sister?
do you look over there?
Yeah, he'll look over.
Sarah is leaning against the building, arms folded, legs crossed. It looks like she saw and heard everything you just did.
Oh. Cha smiles. And he says, Blake, you're nice too, my friend. That is your sister?
Mm-hmm.
Ah. Well, that is the luckiest sister ever to have a brother like you.
Because I'm the big brother and I protect her. And he swishes his candy again.
That's great, buddy. Good work.
And then with that little nice little notch there, we switch to the crew in the florist.
Flower caper.
Nice. Is she buttoning the boutonniere to my chest?
Well, she gives it to you.
Oh,
It's
okay. I'll put it on
she's not sure
myself.
how you'd want it.
It looks
here you
super
go.
cool though.
Oh, it does. It does.
Nice. The petals feel nice too.
Oh, thank you.
I am admittedly confused about why you wanted it, but it does look nice on you, Kozak.
It's a symbol of my noble house.
Ah.
And I'm sure it'll fade here in time, but just an opportunity for a little memento of the Feywild, assuming we ever get out of here.
Don't threaten me with a good time, Kozak. My god.
Whoa.
Yeah. I do believe that we're rapidly running out of time for us to spring our little plan upon Cha, though.
Yeah, let's see what we can do.
Yeah, have you paid this fine lady?
Yeah, sorry, handed over a gold piece.
Did you ask how much the flowers were, or are you just assuming?
No, she said it was 1 gold, and then I was
Okay.
patting around for all my pockets. Ooh, let's see, wallet, and then she handed over a gold coin.
Aha, I understand. Alright, in which case, I'm just going to assume that Zedrin will be able to find his way there. If he can't, well,
He's
I'm
very
sure he'll turn
resourceful.
up. He is. I have full faith in him.
Also, Kozak, high or low?
Low.
I think
Okay.
Sorry might have got seed as well.
The what now?
Oh, you're right.
That's a
She's
low.
not here. Let me text her.
Oh,
Oh, she just texted me. Actually.
maybe she had to log
She
off.
said she lost electricity. We are having a huge storm right now.
Yeah, I did
Oh.
get kind of a flicker myself.
Oh shoot.
Well, well, that is unfortunate, but the show must go on, I suppose. Nothing we could do about it.
She might be able to pull up
Yeah, she could do her
Discord on
maybe
her phone.
Yeah, her mobile data.
Anyway,
You wouldn't be able to do anything in Foundry, though.
yeah.
Oh, with
Oh, she's still here. That's really spooky.
I don't see her.
I just noticed that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because
Yes?
Foundry's
Oh, true.
interesting
the
like that.
character's still logged in. I guess.
Oh, I see.
Gosh, you're such a puppy. Anyway, Zedrin might not be able to get in on the joke. However, that's fine. Kozak, I'm going to ask that you carry the flowers. Lest again
Oh.
that Sarah gets the incorrect idea.
Gladly.
About sorry, Opal, or myself. I don't even swing that way.
Well, there's a lot of different ways to swing, I guess. I take the
Yes.
bouquet, and hold it proudly in front of me. Like a Poindexter.
Bride going down an aisle.
Mhm.
Nerd.
Finally, I'm the Dwarven bride.
Always. The dwarf's maid, never the dwarf's bride.
No more dwarf maid for me.
Okay. So with that in mind, let's head over to where we know sorry works. Saying goodbye to Tamara and thanking her one more time for her goodwill and work.
Yeah, of
And
course.
sorry for bad talking your boss in front of you.
Yeah,
Also-
that's all right. You'll probably learn to love her one day. I don't know. You might hate it. I don't. You know what? Nobody is destined to get along with everybody else. But all I gotta say is have some trust in her, cause she does what she does for a reason. I mean, the whole point of this town being here is out of giving
It's
people
her
a
court.
chance.
Mm.
It's nobody else, And Tamara kind of sighs a little bit. I mean, there's really nobody else out there aside from the Unseelies that have been very welcoming to those of us who don't, fit the bill, if you know what I mean.
Hmm. I reckon I do more than you think, Tamara.
And
But with that in mind,
at any given point, she could have just turned us in to somebody else, or she didn't really have to do this at all, Whatever. Getting too sentimental here. And then she busts out a smoke, and one of the boys lights it. Sentiments is not my strong suit, so you have yourself a lovely evening. And I'm gonna go, I don't know, do something nefarious to offset all this good feelings crap.
now that is a sentiment I can get behind. Good luck in merrymaking.
Of course. At someone else's expense, probably.
Always.
You know what? I like you. And she flips you a single like Cuban-sized cigar.
Neavara will take it and sort of gracefully bow her head before she's like, I rather came to appreciate my time working for you as well, Tamara.
Well,
Might
here's
not
hoping, we don't lose any more smokes. If ever a job comes up, I'll have you fellas in mind.
Of course. And again, I do regret that deeply.
Well, part of it was probably that idiot bonk.
Oh, 100%. What did Opal know?
Opal would definitely know it was probably Bonk's fault.
But was it?
But was it?
Seen it.
But
Or
was
would
it?
Opal have seen it?
I mean, she'd know that he would have been given a lot of shit.
Oh, Opal will just look at her and just go, yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Anyway, you fellas have yourself a lovely time here in Zareth, and I got work to do, so long goodbyes, short. She just turns and walks off.
Now that's a woman of my type. Shoot.
Sure, I smile and nod.
Not to your liking, Kozik?
I smile and nod a little bit more.
More of the type into the type that will definitely kill you.
Generally anybody with some degree of manners is my type, I think. And as for that one, well, anyway, I guess we should be going.
Yes, let's go.
Some degree of manners. What manners should be given to a society, to a hierarchy I do not want to pay mind to?
All it takes is an extra moment, that's all.
But what if I don't respect the underlying principle of it? What makes you better than me, Birth?
Well, for one. Secondly, the way one comports himself.
Well, for one. Secondly.
But, in any event, this is all academic, isn't it?
No. I mean, we'll all die the same.
That's true. I can't argue with that.
Keeper take you. And she'll sort of curtly nod.
Some will have nicer funerals, but yes, we'll all die.
You've been a quote machine tonight.
Not me. Not me.
Some will have nicer funerals.
Keeper take you. Traveler preserve me. And she'll like walk towards where she knows Sarah works.
Yeah, let's see if we can find Cha.
Yep, Big Buns Bakery.
Now the real question is, do we get there before him?
I'm sure the DM has this masterfully coordinated.
Because if we did get there before him, naturally, Niavara is going to want to sneak into position, such that she can watch this unfold.
Let's see.
And she'll offer such help to Opal and Sorry and Sorry Kozik. That's where the magic runs out.
Ah.
Tragedy.
So since you know exactly where she works, yes, because you could have beeline there. Because Cha did roll a 7 on his investigation, so there was a lot of time spent being lost.
Very fair. We were given directions from Tamara, who knew where she worked. So Niavara is going to roll her stealth and do miserably.
Oh, wow.
Do you want to use an inspiration? Are
I'm
you
good.
sure?
I
mean, the 12 is kind of low.
I like this. Cha's definitely going to be able to see her with his passive perception.
Mm-hmm. She
And,
could
but
change
he's
her
going to
form.
pretend. He's going to pretend like he doesn't.
She
Oh yeah,
could
you can change
her
your form.
but she's also going to first try and like aid Opal into hiding as well, being less suspicious. Because there's nothing less romantic than a bunch of looky-loos.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, so where was Zed going after that interaction? Just so I kind of have a mental note of how this party that is now split in 3, figuring out timing of things.
Zed was going to be trying to go back to the same place. Hey, back. Zed was going to be trying to go to the same place, like, you know, because we all know where Sarah works based on news from Tiffany. And if it helps with timing of things, Zed's never used the button that he has.
The action background button.
The dashing pin. Which kind of helps him move a little quicker.
It's definitely going to be in the city newspaper that all these people were zipping around the city.
I asked, would anybody like a long strider cast on them? I could cast it at second. That would make people even faster.
Everybody's doing cartwheels that just look like a bunch of circles or walking around or
Look,
running around the
Are
city.
artificers considered
Kozik just levitating.
spell casting?
He's got to be up
Well, I
to
was gonna say,
19 at this point.
Long
If I'm going to do
strider.
some sort of
Why is that
handoff
so
or something, maybe I should be fast.
How long would it take to
grab
tap
the
your heels
bouquet.
together 19 times?
I guess somewhere around 30 seconds. How fast?
Oh, also,
Just picture, just plant on
Interesting,
one
okay.
foot, kind of
Baldur's
then
Gate does it
swivel
differently.
with
Okay,
your other foot.
interesting.
You know what I mean?
Oh my god, yeah. A half moon swizzle.
There you go. It's a technique.
Yeah, as far as Zed would be trying to make his way back to watch the scene.
and Opal is not missing that for a moment. And with the boots of striding and springing, she can jump 3 times the normal distance.
Where is she
Bounding,
hiding? Where are
bounding
we?
along like a gazelle.
Where am I hiding? Do you have disguise self, Niavara?
Of
I mean,
course.
there are like tables inside too of the bakery.
And also, if you roll stealth, Niavara will aid.
I have horrific stealth.
Oh no, sorry.
You know, if Cha spots Niavara because she rolled so crappy, if he spots all of you because of that, he would, before Sarah and he talk, he would cast Pass Without a Trace because he realizes what you're all trying to do on you.
You can never stop us.
Well, I think the
Okay.
important thing is let's figure out who, let's see what stealth you get, and then
Opal
Okay, yeah.
You want me to
I will
roll?
stealth.
with advantage because of aid.
Alrighty. Let's go.
Should I roll? Ooh,
Hey,
Nice.
should I roll stealth as well?
if you're being sneaky,
Yeah, I would assume that Zed wouldn't be with the group. He would kind of like show up.
so roll it normally.
Oh.
Zed's definitely with the group.
Would
And,
anybody like to give him inspiration to fix that?
No,
Are you sure?
You're trying to
Yeah.
milk the inspiration
Zed-
out of us.
I have disguise self as well if necessary.
I love it. You're all like breathing down our necks in different disguises, but definitely just
We're like
staring at
uncomfortably,
us.
obviously close.
Just
I'm holding the bouquet behind my back.
Shaw's starting to
disconcerting.
feel like he's about to be attacked by a group of like evil strangers or something.
Hey guys, let's sit down at a table and get some big buns or whatever, right? It's just
Oh
like,
yeah. You know what? I'm not gonna ask that question. It can be saved for later.
Niavara considers for a second before she's like, you know what? I actually think I can make this funnier. And she specifically speaking transforms into the reflection she'd seen of herself as a tiefling,
Hey,
which she couldn't untransform. She's like carefully sculpting the horns with the fingers, and she's like, all right, I think I got this.
Mm.
Aw.
Meanwhile, Zed just runs into people.
Godspeed, soldier.
Zed tackles a child.
It kind of makes sense. I think Zed's just super excited that he was actually able to get the fucking ring.
That was pretty impressive.
Good diplomacy.
He's just like barreling through people, trying to make it back to where we
I-
said we were gonna be.
I got it, guys.
puff, 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 puff. Yeah.
Right in the middle of Sarah and Cha reuniting.
I feel like it's like he run. Oh, hello to people that I definitely don't know. I'll be moving this way.
So when do we do the maneuver?
Maybe can we? I got a 7, so it's not going to be like we're going to roll this into something beneficial. But if I was being distracting,
I can cast a
Maybe.
prestidigitation and distract the distract Sarah. Maybe.
That's
I love
Zed
the
right
idea
there
that she was
and out of
watching the
character.
entire, like she's been watching the entire conversation with her little brother, and just at some random point, magical flowers float across behind his back and appear in front of him, and she sees that too.
no, that we got to do that slick. I don't care if it's based on a roll. It's got to be
you're
like,
totally right. We gotta be smooth.
yeah.
Totally.
I'm hiding the flowers behind my back, so hopefully she didn't see him.
Just walking sideways to get around.
I will
Like-
say too, Zed's here now, so we've got the 2 mage hands. You can be creative.
I can, I can hand it. I can kind of low to the ground, make the mage hand pass the flowers over to your invisible mage hand or something,
Wow, cool.
and then I can
Double pass.
I don't know, cast
I like the handoff effect.
a little fireworks display right on the other side of Sarah, so she looks at that or something.
We all look up at it.
Yeah, everyone turns to look up, and then Cha just gets like a nudge
What?
on his shoulder, and there's just a floating bouquet of flowers there.
Perfect. It's the Feywild.
And it's probably like off-putting a little bit, and you just see it kind of like wiggle slightly, and then like kind of like move toward your hand.
Beaker.
Blake points up at the fireworks. Wow! And then everybody's distracted.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Hey, look at that!
Burp, 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 bing. And it's like, whoa, what was that?
Oh, they're distracted.
The Feywild's such a magical place.
Do the handoff. Do the handoff.
So did Cha take the flowers?
Okay, so it's happening now? So so you weren't planning it. That was what was actually happening.
Sure.
So Cha is like looks up at the fireworks and feels a nudge and kind of turns and sees flowers floating there. Like beckoning toward him. And he's like, and I think immediately he would realize they are the kinds of flowers in the center that he had specifically wanted to choose, that he had heard about. And is like, you guys are awesome! And he's gonna try to pluck them, and as sneakily as possible, he's going to try to do it without anyone noticing, including Blake. And he's going to kind of slip the flowers he already had into like his back, like behind his shirt,
Ooh, coughing hurts.
under his shirt in the back of his pants,
Beverage.
and throw his cloak over it. He's like, yes! And if he looks up and spots anybody, which he definitely has, he's just like, gives you guys a wink.
Oh, water.
So that would be Cha's part.
So the fireworks go off, as brief as they are.
Mm-hmm.
And Cha, okay, so then Cha has the flowers, and he turns back towards Sarah, because I think he spotted
thank you for
her,
that
and then the
follow.
fireworks went off. Now he's looking at her again. Looks at Blake, and he's like, I'm gonna go talk to your sister for a couple of minutes, buddy. Why don't you head on home?
Appreciate the follow. Try not to interrupt them. Okay.
I'll see you later.
Okay. And he skips off.
And Cha's gonna stand up, and he's going to have the flowers behind his back, and he's
Appreciate the
going to
follow, by the
slowly
way.
approach Sarah with kind of like with kind of puppy doggish eyes, and he's going to be a little nervous and shy. He's going to walk up.
Watch
He's
another
going to
DM.
take the flowers out.
Well, by all means,
He's
enjoy.
going to hand them to Sarah. Say, Sarah, it's really good to see you again. And I want to apologize if it seemed like I was dancing with another woman. It was just somebody who joined our adventuring party, and we were just celebrating not dying in a horrifying ruin. I like you, and nobody else. He's gonna hand her the flowers.
That's wrong. She, takes a step closer to you as you present the flowers, and you've presented your case and explained the situation. And she just kind of looks at you and looks at the flowers and then slowly reaches out, grabs or like reaches out towards the flowers. And just before she does so, she's kind of not really like lunges at you like grr arg, but she just gives you a big hug.
She's gonna jump his bones.
Yeah.
Oh, let me redeem that for
Kiavara
you.
has like metaphorically taken
Yeah.
out like the little theater glasses to watch.
Got some
sec.
popcorn.
Opal's just
There it
there
is.
watching this intently.
There you go.
A wild popcorn. It's multiple colors.
And
Cha's
she's
like-
just like has you all wrapped up. Like it's like she wasn't even aiming for the flowers. Really, she just damn, I got some in my eye. She
Oh,
gives you a big
Sarah.
hug and just kind of lifts you off the ground. And you forgot she is actually kind of
Oh,
strong.
You're strong.
This is kind of her thing.
Oh, for sure. You
Get
ran
together.
off so quickly with your incredible legs. That night I couldn't catch you.
I mean, I thought you were found someone else to dance with, and I. And you can like for those of you who are just kind of watching, you can see like tears welling up in her eyes.
No, I just tend to dance everywhere, but I want to dance with you. Oh, reach out and give her a kiss. I'll say,
It's indecent. It's indecent, I tell you.
you can't stop watching.
It's like a train wreck.
Cha's like, look at these ones. These ones reminded me of your eyes. They're so beautiful and rectangular. Hey, I wanted to show you something I thought you might appreciate.
Huh?
Want to see?
Yeah, yes. She puts you down.
And he kind of stands back and he waves his hand over his face and his torso and slowly transforms into the satyr Cha that he transformed into for a short time when we were down in that cave. And he is now Satyr Cha. And he says, I was affected by a magical anomaly at one point and transformed into this. I thought you might appreciate.
And she wipes away some of the tears, and she reaches up a hand to gently caress your chin and looks you dead in the eyes into your soul. And she says, damn, I can't get that Key and Peele skit out of my head. But she looks you in the eyes and she just says, you don't need to change.
Oh, I know.
The
I just thought you
beautiful-
might find it kind of cute.
The beautiful you is the one that doesn't need to hide. And she kisses you on the cheek.
Oh, Sarah. You're a keeper, you know.
Well. And she scratches her chin and does like little cutesy blush and I am I get And at this point, like it's like the camera pans to everybody watching, and it's like an entire audience in the background of your party just like watching this whole thing transpiring.
Cha
Plot
snaps
twist, he
his
wakes up.
fingers and drops the disguise. A little twirl to make it dramatic.
Now that's the dancer that I remember.
I would love to go dancing with you. Maybe tonight if you're free. After you
Um,
get off from the big buns.
I'll definitely be away. I'll be around tonight. Yes.
Sweet. And I think I just met your little brother. He is adorable.
Well, I mean, he's. And she just she hesitates for a moment. You definitely get the feeling, not even necessarily having to make a insight check. You know, she's a protective big sister, and he's the bratty little brother that's always getting into trouble or always doing something he shouldn't, but she loves him all the same. I mean,
He's lucky
he
to have a sister like you.
he can be a handful, but that, you know, that's sort of the job of big sis. She smiles a little bit.
Well, I would love to meet your whole family sometime if I can.
Yeah, there's always time. But I think first, we have dancing to do later.
Yes, it's a date.
Mm-hmm. And then she turns around and kind of the realization that there's a bakery that needs to be run kind of sets in.
And Chad sets off, he snaps his fingers and sets off some more fireworks using prestidigitate, or not prestidigitate, but thaumaturgy and minor illusion combined.
To which,
Till next time.
till next time. And she like puts an apron back on and kind of has to. She pretty quickly heads back into the bakery, but the whole time just looking back over her shoulder at you.
Chad's watching her and smiling. And checking out her big buns.
Nice. The pun was coming, wasn't it?
I mean, it had to get in there somewhere.
So the party
then
is
Cha
effectively
turns
reunited, by the
around.
way.
Cha turns around and like smiles at everybody. He's like, subtle, very subtle.
Hmm.
Well, congratulations, I guess.
You did a good job, Cha.
Oh my
Goofy
goodness.
smile. Nice.
Thank you guys. You helped out, didn't you?
Oh, how could you tell?
It was all you. It was all you, brother.
You guys are the best.
Well,
Cha comes
yeah.
in and just pulls everybody in for a big hug, whether they want one or not. Just pulls everybody.
Niavara is dodging that shit once again. No.
Contested dexterity check.
Roll for it.
I mean, if she says no.
Cha, come on. You'll crush my boutonniere. Please, please.
Holy
No!
shit. Oh my god.
Yes!
Oh, the crit fail. How amazing.
You can't
Oh.
be big bug monster.
She practically is hissing.
I can see.
I feel like
I
you
can
Brandon,
see her
got
body
lucky.
language, how tight and horribly squished her face would be and everything during the
I didn't know Drow had fangs. I've never seen that before.
I feel like she would have her daggers out and just be like, try
Mouth
me.
is like mimic teeth.
Nice.
You guys.
She's like,
Oh, come on. Let's get some of this bread. What's up with this?
While we're all huddled up here close, Zed's gonna whisper and just be like, so I went off to the Shimmering Scales. Found out a couple things. The little bit that he ended up giving Lady Miriam,
Give it into the hug.
they said that
You
there's,
must.
well, all sorts of things
Do
that you can
it.
make with it. And he's got ideas, the shopkeep there's got ideas of making something completely different than just a ring, is the way that he kind of phrased it.
What's
But apparently he suggested that Lady Miriam might be using that to fuel some sort of spell, is how he put it.
A good spell or a negative energy
it's an
spell?
80s show?
We
We are about to wrap up in a second
He
here because we're at 3
didn't
hours.
say, but
So it would be a nice ending.
he did seem
End on
to
a high note.
allude to the fact that he wanted nothing to do with crossing Lady Miriam.
Hmm.
I also mentioned that if we go back to the ruins, if we find any magical bits or anything like that, that we could bring them to their shop and at least have them take a look. And I might have also
I'll have to build a map for
gotten one
next
of
session.
these. And Zed's gonna pull out the ring of protection
You're
and
invested?
just
Hell
kind of
yeah.
usher it over to Cha.
I hope you are enjoying the show.
Oh, well, first things first, I like to whisper too.
I got a good group of role players.
Good find, buddy. How
Which
did
is
you
awesome.
get it? You didn't steal it, did you?
Nope. Zed's gonna kind of glance at Niavari. He's like, "Sorry, I didn't steal it. Made a
She
bit of a
raises an
trade.
eyebrow. What was the
I made
trade?
I made a bit of a trade.
Did you charm him? He's a
No,
beholder.
right? There
How
was no
did you
magic
do
involved.
it?
There was no magic
What?
involved. So you remember? Okay. So I did say that if we do find anything similar as far as magic is concerned, that we'd bring it in there and possibly, have a
Ooh, a
little
fresh
bit of a
DM.
trade.
DMing's
I
fun.
will say that. You remember when old Max and Roll were doing the whole recruiting business and they were handing out like tickets of fortune?
Right. To
Well,
invest
I
in
still
the
had
new,
one folded up
the
in my
new
pocket,
astral.
and I slid it over and I said, well, so because they didn't want to take the deal at first, just based on, my good word.
You actually don't need to buy a DM's
that we would
handbook.
bring things back. So
There are online
I ended up
resources
handing
like
over the ticket
PDFs.
of fortune for the ring,
You silvery-tongued devil.
and I also
So
said
there are
though
definitely
that if we
resources you
do
can.
find anything magical, that we would bring it by and have them at least get a look at it before we potentially go to Lady Miriam. So that's in the works as well. But yeah, got ring of protection.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
what's the sidelong look at me for?
That OOC, that was like almost being embarrassed that he didn't steal it.
Oh, that's fair. Like, Niavara is many things. Dumb enough to steal from a beholder, though?
You missed the scene
I
with
don't know if it would
Sarah's
be
little
dumb,
brother,
but
though.
skilled enough to steal from a beholder.
Well,
That was an adorable
that
scene.
would
It played
be an
out well.
interesting way of phrasing it.
I
But
think Niavara could do it.
we're level 5. Not.
Level 5.
Fair enough.
Level 5.
A
John
beholder
slips the
and
ring on.
a beholder
like
and a
level
dragon.
five.
And a
in the-
dragon, right? There's a dragon and
the
a beholder.
reciprocation. You know how like the crowds will chant like back and forth. It's like level 5. It's like all those eyes. Level
All
5.
those eyes. All those eyes.
Anyway,
All them eyes gonna win.
yeah.
Frankly speaking, if I had to reckon, that man probably saw straight through me, which is very terrifying to consider. And she'll
Didn't
say
say
this
anything.
looking at Shaw. Do a little
Right.
wink.
Yeah.
But like that might just be superstition on my part. I don't know enough about their species.
You know
We
of at least
vanquished a
one.
beholder of sorts, didn't we?
Yeah, you know of
We
two.
did 2 of them actually.
World building would be
Your
tough.
teddy
No
bear
problem.
and old
So
Gary, or
the
Gary
advice
the
I give
what's his
DMs
name again?
that
Gary.
you know,
There's
or they
Gary.
think they're not too
Gary's a good
creative,
guy, though, right?
Yeah,
is
just a little
Well,
bit
we're
irritable.
not sure.
Did
He
we
was
fight him?
cranky.
make something
Well, he was
small.
a dick.
We didn't
but-
fight him.
Start with the little
In
town.
all fairness, we did
Build
kind of
from
crack
that.
open the door to his place, and he didn't murder us outright. So, from a
Mhm.
beholder, that is pretty kind.
Ooh.
Work your way up,
So
Cha
And
is
then you
just
can build
overcome with
out
like
from that
joy
town
and
another town.
gratitude, and he's like looking
Might give you
at Zed,
ideas.
and he's like, he slips it on his finger. He's like, Zed,
This
good
this
job,
campaign
buddy.
is all world.
Although it does raise some
homebrew.
disturbing questions, doesn't it?
I made it.
Maybe
That's
it was
mine.
really a bad idea to hand that over. But I mean, she implanted that thing in your head to trap Marn. She said she would find little one. Marn said there was a time limit on how long little one could last. I didn't think that I could. She didn't seem to be willing to be giving us something, even though we helped her and her refugees out. She wanted trade, which kind of pissed me off, to be honest. But she kind of got us in a corner there. We don't know anybody else who could find little one, so I felt like I had to hand it over. But
I
do you think she
wonder-
might do something evil with it?
So
I have
Yeah, start with
no
where they
idea.
start. Like rats in the
everyone around
basement
here
in the
seems
town.
to speak good of her, and I wonder if maybe
And then yeah,
She's-
when they leave, think about
she's going to use that to help us
Sorry.
find
I don't
the
want to
things
just
we're looking for, like
pull away from
Marn
the
and
RB
little
too much.
ones.
Give me a sec.
I don't know, but I also did suggest to her while we were there that we could maybe potentially get it back if we find something else of maybe equal magical value or something.
Right.
I don't. She never said what she was going to use it for, so if it's something to fuel a spell, that I
Fuel a spell.
it sounds
Yeah.
like it's regardless of what it is, it's got to be a very powerful spell.
Yeah.
If she can't just do it herself.
Requires a substance with all
Start
the
small.
magic
Think of where you
types.
want the players to go,
She
like a
could do multiple
cave
spells with it.
or a forest.
Regardless,
and then kind of
Thinking about this is
build
actually giving me
that.
hives that we gave away such a powerful object to such a powerful fucking creature. Oh my god!
I mean, what
Well-
could I do? We need to save little one.
Well,
He's
Ugh.
out
you-
there. He's alone. He's young.
Favors.
Well, but hold on.
Favors.
I was
But we made a
frustrated that
deal.
she seemed like, here we are, this band of adventurers. We don't know a whole lot. We're not that powerful. And she wants to
Leonara.
take
Made a
2 of the
deal.
most powerful things that we've ever found for herself.
We made a
we
deal.
need.
It's the Fae.
Ah,
Miavara, the favor.
That's
Give her the coin.
That's what pissed me off. You reminded me of the Hells. She was so
Right, but-
transactionary. I was like, Jesus, is this a devil herself?
I mean, it
think
is a
about-
contract. They're practically
about
the same thing.
What?
I lose them.
As are we.
Oh, that was weird.
Really? Why did she need to take our cool stuff?
She wanted it.
She didn't
Exactly.
She didn't need to take it though. If you remember, she offered a deal,
Sh-
like a fair
It's
trade.
down there 1 a.m.
We didn't have
All
to
right.
give it to her. but
Appreciate
she
you
also
being
didn't
here.
have to help us.
I mean, that's fine, but we had already done a favor for
Hopefully
her and her
that tip helped
organization.
save you some time.
I do
I
agree
thought
with
we were
that.
going in there and she was going to do us a favor. We
we were
didn't
gonna
ask for
get-
anything.
Maybe a bit of a reward, and true, we were giving away things.
We're walking away with 2 of our most powerful artifacts that could save our lives and help us on our adventures. She wants them for herself? I was shocked that she was so selfish.
Or they
But it
could have
was
brought ruin to your lives. Ever think of that?
it was also interesting that she was not aware
And
of
appreciate the follow, by
quite
the
a
way.
few
Still here.
things that we possibly brought to her attention.
Which was
Um,
another favor toward her that could save her a lot of trouble.
right.
I mean, I understand everybody seems to like her, but the way that went down, we weren't walking out of there without giving her something, so I handed it over. She was not being generous. She'd already
Well,
got us into a position where we have a time limit to find little one. We don't know anybody else. This whole place, she's super powerful.
And
She
technically,
used that.
she
I was shocked.
yeah.
She
I,
used that.
they are capricious little beasts,
Gosh,
and she's an archfey through and through.
you know how forward I was looking to seeing a magnanimous ruler, generous, kind, unconditional. Like I've read about it in books. I thought that she was one. I don't know why I was so stupid to think that.
It might be that she's for that for her people, and we aren't.
There will be
Well,
so much
anyway, I handed
they'll
it
have to learn
over.
about her.
I
Miriam's
just don't want her to
motivations.
use it for evil or something twisted. We don't know what anybody wants these things for. We don't know what was going on in that temple. That rod we have was sucking up magic or deflecting it from a fissure in space and time.
all right. So, well, what's done is done. Are we planning on going off to the ruins?
Well,
I
I
think we
mean,
must.
need to know where little one is first. We may not be there. That could have been a ruse.
But we weren't really told. We were just told that little one and Marn weren't together.
That
But
she
I
would
don't know
send
if you got
messengers.
any
Did you?
direction.
What did out of character? What did she say she would do when she found out where they were? Was she gonna go and do stuff and send messengers or something? I don't remember.
She would contact you directly.
That's right. So if you guys want to go to the ruin, we certainly can. But we don't know if that's where he is.
We can find. We maybe can find clues on where to look next. We can find
But we already
expensive
found,
artifacts.
right? Like Kozik was saying, we already found the shards that had to do with the other gym dragons. We found that weird fucking large crystal that was seemingly chained to the walls.
Right.
We got the door that you said had a weird rune on it. That was probably the one place we didn't go.
Lady Miriam was fairly interested when we mentioned that special chained rock, that crystal.
If she wasn't lying, she
Exactly.
seemed very surprised that such an entity could be just right near her kingdom or queendom and not be recognized by her. Something directly affecting Zed within the walls of her city, and she was not aware of it. So she seemed to be taken aback from that.
Perhaps she's not as powerful as she thinks she is.
Right. Or that everybody else thinks she is. Maybe that's why she wants our powerful magic stuff. Maintain it.
In any event, there's, as I'm remembering the words of the famous sage of our mountains, Dwarvish Gump, who said, "Evil is as evil does." And so we're not yet aware of what the effects of our deal are. So maybe it'll turn out for the best.
You know, that's the frustrating part, though. We don't. We just don't.
All we can do is soldier on. We should probably have some of these buns first, don't you think?
We
Well,
should
I'm gonna
definitely
get
have
one.
the buns.
I'm going up
definitely
to the
want
counter.
buns.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna
Trundle,
I'm
trundle,
gonna do
trundle.
it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get some
I'm gonna
buns.
do it.
It's happening.
I'm gonna touch them.
Two, what, three? Everybody, one, buns? Okay. I'll get like
I'll have
4 or
2
5.
buns. 2
I'll
big
get-
buns, please.
Okay, like 6. So I think we can swing that. Okay.
Well, what have you guys been up to since I took off looking for flowers? By the way, incredible handoff. Thank you so much. I could not find the florist for the life of me.
We talked a little, got you your flowers, and then
Came here to snoop.
of course. Yeah.
I briefly impersonated you to the great offense of Opal and Zedrin and Kozik.
Offense?
I wasn't offended. What?
It's a great effect.
I was just saying it would have.
I was laughing. I was trying. You were trying to.
that-
No, she tried to do the fucking handshake, and it was a fucking sham.
It was just like you. It was uncanny. It was wonderful.
She did do a few cartwheels though.
Hey, cool. I want to
And
see.
she kind
Can
of
you do it
sounded
here?
like you. She
I'm
kind of
so
sounded like
good.
you, like every other sixth word.
Well, I am honored. I mean, if someone wants to replicate you, like what a great honor, right? Chog
Imitation is the highest form
casts
of flattery.
Should we all
cast
disguise self into
self.
Cha now?
Yes, totally. Well, Chaw's gonna disguise self into Neovara.
She's like, oh, that's a little uncanny, actually.
Hope you're
I don't
marking
know. I
off
like
all these
that.
spells you're casting.
It feels weird, doesn't it?
You look more like my mother.
I was
Really? The
thinking about
cheekbones
that
too
too.
high?
Hmm.
Let's see if I can do your voice. Hmm. Hmm. You look more like my mother. Oh, your
When
voice
she
is too
did it,
high. I'm sorry.
it
and
was
stuff.
flattering and funny. When you do it, it just seems rude, sir.
What? Music.
Oh, anyway. Oh, how much were these buns? Can I get like 6 of these guys? Maybe the ones with the cross on top looks good.
Chaw casts disguise self again and turns into Zed.
50 copper.
Great.
Oh, okay. I've
Okay,
got that.
Some
Oi,
buns.
Zed, let's do the handshake. Ready? Zed is doing the handshake with Zed.
He seems confused a little bit. Like he obviously knows your Cha, but it's just like it's very weird. And he's still doing all the motions because he's so used to it. But it's
Sweet
just
Jesus.
like he's just like, this is odd.
So,
Turns back to the Cha.
speaking of oddities, it's 10:50.
Hmm.
No.
And
Man.
Starry's been missing a vast
Oh,
majority
yeah.
of the end of the
That's
session.
true.
Sorry. Sorry.
I'll
What
fill her
happened?
in on what happened. I've been texting her and letting her know. Some of
I
the
think she
things that
lost
happened.
power.
Yeah, she lost power.
That's fucking rough.
Yeah.
Hey, that was fun.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody.
So-
You were great.
So then I like we're all kind of just like standing around. Should we retroactively get to the Lofty Highborn
All
and
right.
you know, I do remember Sari was mentioning wanting to like get a good meal and like get back together with everyone. So
Oh yeah. Can I get these buns to go real quick? That would be great. Okay, thanks. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Back to
Yeah,
the
they
lofty
get them in a to-go container.
Can I get a to go? Is this styrofoam? Okay. Well, cool. Okay. I'll take it. Thanks.
By the way, Zed, thank you so much. I really feel like it's Christmas. Like with you giving a ring of protection.
I
It
thought
really
about it and I
does.
was like,
All right.
there's maybe a chance that I might
I-
be able to just
Gonna wrap it up there. So, I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you guys hanging out and watching and the follow. Hopefully, I was able to provide useful and helpful information for a new DM. I am always happy to be of assistance. I can only speak from my own personal experiences, but that is still experience. So I can't tell anybody how to run a game, but ideas help. But either way, I hope you enjoyed. Hold on, I gotta switch this. Boop. And I hope you guys are back next time. I'll be running a game tomorrow, a little bit earlier, at about 5:30 Pacific is the plan. May or may not have a guest star. I'm not sure yet. I gotta get a hold of players. But that will be the Wanderers. Session 6, I believe we're on. And here's hoping that we catch you again next time. And if this is y'all's on the YouTubes, that you enjoy. All right. All right. Have yourselves a lovely evening.